Hello, and welcome to the PS4 Open Series BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle Monthly Finals for March. I'm Jadelyn. I am so excited to be here for my first monthly finals with the PS4 Open Series, and I am joined by the homie Raph. How are you doing this evening, Raph?
So far, so good. It's been a wonderful day. We started with the EU monthly finals, and now we're moving on to North America. And it's been just intense action throughout the morning. And I'm looking forward to see what the afternoon brings. We have some amazing players that y'all will be seeing soon. But I'm excited. Super excited.
Yeah, if you missed the EU finals, go back and watch those because those games were absurd, insane, all of the words. And I expect no less from the NA counterpart today, especially with the explosive lineup that we have here today.
And if you did miss last month's finals, it was super solid. Amazing play all throughout, with Razzo and Tempest just having a slobber knocker, but Tempest coming through as he always does, showcasing the strength of one of the finest players in North America.
Yeah, getting to see this sort of action recapped again, it gives you like a hint of what's going to be in store for us today, but look at all of this insane play we had. You know, Carmine, Yang, Wald, Narukami, it's all over the place. And just based on these finals, this month is, I don't think it's going to disappoint.
Oh, for sure. Never disappoints with the amazing players that we have. And, you know, seeing some of the few returning, unfortunately Tempest isn't coming back. But we do have players like Razzo and others. But you do see the previous champions for the month as, you know, a lot of variety. Tactile winning twice, Tempest getting through the 4th week of March, and then Razzo getting the 2nd week. So a lot of variety there, but just qualifying out of the weeks isn't enough. You have to get to the top 16 bracket and then win one match to make it to this top 8, as you see the bracket up here, as Tactile leads the pack on top of there, going up against Garfield, followed by Alex and Chop Suey, Master CJ and Zero Shadowblood, and Malaclack versus Razzo Sharp. So 4 excellent matches.
Yeah, and these are players, I mean, all 8 of these players are no stranger to the stage. They've been here before, they've been in multiple tournaments before, so I feel like this is going to be, I mean, EU, we said, just started, we were using this whole fire flame analogy, but this is just explosive. The whole thing is just going to be blown up the whole way through.
Yep, and blowing up those prizes as well, as they all fight to get a piece of this, as first place $400, second $300, third $200, and fourth place $100. So 8 people trying to get into the prize and just get a little something there. And if you all at home want to take a piece of that prize yourself, follow the address, the link at compete.playstation.com. Go there, sign up for next month's events, and every week compete in the tournament to see if you can qualify for the finals and take home a piece of that prize and compete against some of the finest in North America.
And competing is fun. I've done it before. I talked about it earlier. It's just a blast. It's fun to be able to play against different people, you know, really test your skills. And if you do well enough, you know, you get to come on here for the monthly finals, which is nothing short of fantastic.
Oh yeah, that's the fun part about it. It's been just a great show, you know, the last couple months. And excited to see just, you know, more of the same people. And it's always nice to see some new folks too. That's the really cool part about it. But some mainstays we're going to have up first in our first match. Alex, aka Puns, will be going up against Chop Suey. So we have 2 extremely solid players with really unique teams, either one. So I'm excited to see how they fare in our first match of the afternoon.
Yeah, so both of these players, like you said, very unique teams, and we're going to highlight some of the cool things about those teams coming up here. So Alex, aka Puns, has this Naoto Shirogane and Kanji listed on here. Coming from New York, the way that they play is so different, especially with the characters they have. They've played 30 matches with a win rate of 77%, coming in here pretty strong, honestly, and the way that they manipulate their team into their opponents and just really put their opponents on the back foot with their unique picks is always fun to watch.
And Chop Suey too. Very fun team with the Chie Izayoi. Izayoi, an uncommon pick. You don't see very often, but Chop Suey loves to rock it. And it has the Chie there, which is just a high power, big damage character that once set up correctly can just end a match so fast. You know, you see Chop Suey's 28 matches, got a solid win rate. And that's just, it describes the explosiveness of their team that they normally rock in these events. And it's fun too because a lot of Persona characters on screen between both these players. You know, Puns, aka Alex, you know, either or, whichever you want to prefer. Always with the kanji, but we'll mix up whoever supports them, which is always fun to see because honestly, one of the few, if only kanji reps at a high level.
Right, and I mean, it is something that we don't see frequently. At a different level, I would talk about something like character unfamiliarity, but with Chop Suey, you're not going to catch Chop Suey on the back foot, especially with somebody who also plays a fairly unique team. So even now, going into this, we've got a Yosuke kanji. Not something we were talking about with Inato S.
No, that is one of the other teams that Puns has on deck. Just high velocity with the Yosuke and covers a lot of bases, just really trying to make it so that kanji can get in, set up the mix-ups, and just take advantage of, you know, kanji's lack of mobility.
Right. So, I'm already really excited. I wanted to get into this right away. So here we go. First game of our monthly finals. Let's go. Puns versus Chop Suey.
All right. So Chop Suey getting the first hit, starting to get some pressure, but now we'll go with Alex. Definitely all see on the screen. He is just getting that mix-up set, but the Chie with the reversal busting out. So now we're back at neutral.
Right. Oh, that was really interesting. I thought Chie was going to get caught coming down from the meteor setup, but Alex was ready, so that's awesome. All right, activates the cross combo with Izayoi. Unfortunately, gets hit pretty early, so ends that cross combo. And now Chie comes in with all of that damage with Tomoe. And just, wow, Yosuke's kind of living on life support here.
That's why the kanji's out and getting a solid hit here, trying to create a mix-up. Nice jump out to avoid the command grab. But here comes Yosuke again to cover the air. And with this, punishes the burst.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I understand Chop Suey's decision, but now look at all the damage that Izzo is taking. She's dead.
She's gone.
That's a problem.
She up-backed. She held up-back, but kanji and his the air grab will catch anybody out of the air. You have to crouch under that on the ground to avoid. A nice reversal. Wow. Shocking Chie out of that. Alex taking the first game.
Well, I wanted an explosive start. So why not just get electrocuted to death to end the first one? Okay, cool. So that's just really setting the stage for what today's gonna be. I like this Yosuke kanji team. I mean, I didn't think it was going to be a bad idea. I didn't think it would be such a good idea.
I mean, it's true. But it's like all comes down to the kanji, right? The Yosuke took a lot of damage, and Chop Suey had a great start. But once Alex's best character came out and started getting those big hits, Chop Suey's life just disappeared, and that's the fear that you have to have against a kanji piloted by Alex.
Right, and I mean, some adjustments that I'd love to see from Alex, just using the meter a little bit more with Izayoi to create those cross combo situations with her dashing behind the character. I think that would help them out a lot, but unfortunately when Izayoi came on screen, it was always in that crash situation in a burst and just didn't really get to play her very much. So let's see how this one gets started.
Okay, we'll see. These are first to threes, so we'll get our full set of matches in each game. Starting out, just kind of bouncing around, both players trying to find a proper position and assert their will.
Yeah, so Puns kind of got in there, but unfortunately Chop Suey took a big hit and risked putting Chie in and also took more damage with that. So now the Izayoi back on screen. DP's got kanji in the corner, but he just bounces out.
Yeah, had a potential to get the combo, but unfortunate circumstance there. Chop Suey, with not at a huge deficit, but a little behind. But at the very least, if they can create like this full screen space, you know, stay away from Kanji as far as possible. Oh, but what a conversion off the lightning hit. Alex did a little extra, forces another burst out, and that's pretty much all of Chop's cross gauge has been going to bursts.
Right, and that's unfortunate because you're not able to use a significant portion of this game, which is cross combos and assist calls and things like that when you're constantly having to make those calls. What a catch in the middle of the air with that Yosuke super. Doesn't have enough meter to call in a second super, but Chie, depending on how this plays out, may be dead.
Okay, guess the active switch. Gotta watch out, okay? Makes it so she doesn't get hit. And now Izayoi just trying to get a little bit of damage if possible. But the threat of Kanji is on deck, but here goes Izayoi.
Yeah, this is nice. So we finally get to see some Izayoi play. I mean, not that I doubted that Chop Suey wasn't good at it, but look at how much damage that Kanji's taking and can't get out of it. See what the response is. Oh no! Dies after that reversal.
That was perfectly timed. Chop getting the hit with the assist, and now Chop getting a hit on Yosuke. Has one bar, can't finish the job here, but is going to run out this resonance time as much as possible. Oh, never mind! Had enough meter for the God Hand, and now we're tied up 1-1.
That was so much damage. I was like, oh, okay, maybe the super will come in and it'll be fine. And then God Hand came in and did what it does best, which is smoosh and remove you from removed. That was actually a lot more back and forth, and I really enjoyed that. I loved the adjustments that Chop Suey made after that first round. Really got some good Izayoi play. I would, like we said in the middle of the match, like to see more of that partner meter reserved for things like cross combo, but let's see how it plays out in this one. Now going into our third game.
There you go. All tied up 1-1. I mean, Chop is just trying to avoid dying as fast as possible, letting the other character potentially get hit. You know, that cross gauge is going to get spent either way, so, you know, if they didn't, you know, burst like they did, they'd still be out of it. So, at the very least, don't be too predictable with it, and extend the life as much as possible.
Exactly. Just don't be predictable. Alright, so we're getting into this one. Jeez, Yosuke is just always in the air with Alex. And I mean, I know that's what he wants to do best, but he just starts in the air. But Izayoi does catch him.
Yeah, another character that can be airborne, has some really good, you know, air dashes. Her ground dash goes up, you know, at an angle, but she also still does have a run. So this is not a bad idea to match up against Yosuke. I like that a lot. Yeah,
Izayoi definitely one of the characters that can give Yosuke a run for their money up in the air. However, Yosuke has plenty of tools to counter Izayoi as well. So, get a cross combo activation here. Tomoe out on the field from Chie and does manage to hit Kanji in the back, and now Izayoi is smacking Yosuke. I don't think... Yeah, just dropped at the very end. I was like, I don't think they can do anything at the end of this, unfortunately.
Yeah, not quite enough. Manages to get out, and then the moonsault from Alex's Yosuke gets a commando with Kanji. Izyo's gonna get zapped out of there, and now it's solo Chie with a full life bar of only 2 meters. Agnostra activate, and here comes the meatballs.
Yeah, now Chie does have a lot of comeback potential, especially if she chooses to use the super where she gains all of that power meter. So that's a scary thing to watch out of. I also like that Chop Suey is using all of these meteors in the air since Alex is constantly in the air and countering.
And all that chip just made it so just one crouch A would take out Kanji, and now Yosuke versus Chie. Chie having Yosuke in the corner, but the jump C catches. Here comes Alex getting some solo Yosuke action, getting a lot of life back, and has a lot of bar to work with.
Yeah, I like the push block there from Chie. Just kept a little bit of space, a little bit of distance. That could have been a huge punish from Chop Suey, but Tomoe just, Chie is just chilling in the air with Tomoe, just trying to counter Yosuke and like getting into the airspace. Unfortunately for them, Alex did get in. Good little V-slash there briefly, so... and
what
the
a punish!
Comes out.
The stand B from Yosuke, the persona comes out, gets hit, just does another one to punish Chie. That was just perfect spacing. on Alex's part, and now it goes up 2-1 in the set as it was down to just the two last characters. It looked like we're watching some Persona 4 Arena with Yosuke versus Chie.
Sure did.
And just the back and forth, like you mentioned before, has been just really good. Both players kind of on top of it. You know, it's coming down to like these single hits, and you know, it's a little scary, especially because like Alex is trying to force an error. He's creating all this room so that, you know, Chop might just hang themselves. And just like you saw that rush punch come through, took a big punish on that, and it's just gotta not play the person's game when they're trying to bait you like that. But still, Chop played it well, and I'm excited to see what they bring into this fourth game.
Me too. I really liked the back and forth. It felt much more even that particular round, and especially with the air to air. Like with Izaioi, it's easier to be air to air, but weren't afraid to put Chie into the air to try and counter anything that Yosuke was going to do in the air. And they're both just opening with these empty jump backs, just seeing, are you going to swing? Because if you are, I can challenge that.
Yeah, and here we go as the pressure's on from Alex, who's, you know, got the first hit, but still, you know, both not really trying to overextend. Just like that air-to-air, Chop getting a hit, evening it up a little bit. And now we're back to that airborne neutral game as the floor continues to be lava.
Yeah, we don't want to touch the floor. It's not a place to be, because Chie is on the floor, and that's not great. So, but now it's time for Alex to answer with this Yosuke, which has been honestly really impressive. I know we highlighted Kanji as the character that, you know, Alex is known for, but we honestly haven't seen that much of him compared to the Yosuke. But now we have Kanji in, so hooray.
Yep, you summoned him, and here he comes as Chie versus Kanji drops the combo after the counter hit. No B rush punch. But now we got Agniastra, the meatballs come through. Yosuke does not take any damage, but the jump in from Chop connects. And now Kanji's getting beat up in this corner here.
Oh, that was so nice, waiting out that little reversal from Kanji, because he just got Tamale, so Chie was still safe.
Yep.
Have the meatballs in the air, just, I don't know, trying to get Yosuke in the back if they've been called for an assist, but man, so many push blocks in this one. Trying to, you know, with the Kanji chair, trying to get people out of the air, it's not working.
Oh, what a conversion! Kanji just needs his chair, the drop kick connects, and now both players are kind of low. The counter works out, Yosuke busts out, and oh, what a mix-up on the other side, taking out Izaioi. It's all down to Chie here. Not a bad character, but the bait on the reversal was enough. Tried to counter the moonsault. Alex withheld the attack perfectly. I love seeing that, just that patience, waiting to see how Chop reacts. Got the big punish and just not even a resonance. So with that, 3-1, Alex advances to the second round of the upper bracket.
I can't wait to see the replay of the last part of the match, because the way that Puns waited and changed the trajectory of the jump to just miss the timing on the Chie reversal was amazing. Okay, well, let's catch up with the other stuff first, and then we'll get to that, because I really want to point that out. That was amazing.
Yeah, all those last-minute decisions in these matches, like that grab from Kanji connecting, taking out a character with the Yosuke, and then setting up the mix-up. You know, this setup there where it's just busting out with the reversal, hands off. But then we saw Chop start getting some action in as they won that third game.
Right, and just really being patient in that third game, showing what the Izaioi Chie team can really do, which was great. With that god hand at the end, jeez. So much damage, and now getting into the last couple of games here, lots of meatballs down, and here's the part that I was talking about. So just came out of the moonsault from Yosuke. Chie goes into the corner. Oh no, this is the wrong game. Sorry, my bad. It's the game after this. Sorry. I have lied to you. So now, getting over here, Chie's in the corner, just barely changes the jump to make sure that could get the punish and take it.
Yeah, that was just smart. I love that decision there in the corner, and that's like the tricky part about fighting Yosuke. Like that air mobility, that air trickery, being able to stall a little bit, hop around, even like steal the corner. it's just one of those things of you have to be extra patient, but it's hard. It's stuff like that in those situations where you need like a single hit to maybe turn that back around and take it to a final game. But, Chop did their best. They still have a chance in the lower bracket, so we're going to see how well they can do as they wait for their opponent. But we continue on in the upper bracket here at the PlayStation 4 Open Series monthly finals.
And up next, we're going to have Tactile Eastside versus Garfield. Now, Tactile has played a whole bunch and a whole lot. And so we're going to see their player profile now. Coming in with the Ruby Yumi, a team they've played pretty frequently, and they're honestly terrifying on this team. Coming from Georgia, repping that area, and with a win rate of 88% with a very impressive 67 games during this part of the series.
Yeah, Tactile just no slouch across multiple anime games and fighting games throughout the years, always being a very solid and strong player, knowledgeable, and, obviously, that's the reason you see why they're in the top seed right now, is just because their performances really justify that. And having a big win on one of the months beforehand. Garfield, though, another strong player, not one that a lot of us are super familiar with, but has made some of these top 8s before. They got the Adachi Seth, and, we got a nice little southeastern battle as Georgia goes up against Florida. But Garfield usually does pretty well, and I want to see how well he fares against Georgia's finest. And, a solid win-loss record there, 64%. You're always above 50%. That's always the goal, right? So keep on grinding it out and, make it here with that prowess.
Definitely. It's great to see the number of games that these guys are putting in over the course of the weeks to make it to this position. And I'm really looking forward to these two teams fighting into each other. If that's what they choose to go with, that's what they had said earlier. But of course, they are absolutely welcome to change. And we've been baited multiple times today by teams, so let's see what we've got. Not in this one. Ruby, Yumi, Adachi, Seth. Ruby, a terror in the air. Yumi, just a terror. Adachi has Zeos from everywhere. And then Seth, a lot of rapid gameplay, and you gotta keep your eye on everything on the screen because Seth could have put up an orb and you may have forgotten, and that will be the last mistake you make with him.
Yep. Like you said, they're all terrors, all across the board. These four, scary on their own, even scarier with the right combination of, on the teams. We saw Seth, take the EU finals. So let's see if Garfield can keep it up for the Seth squad.
Right. So getting started, I really like that Tactile loves active switch and having both of his characters on the screen at the same time. But unfortunately gets caught by the Zeo, and now Seth is working a lot of damage into this Yumi, because Yumi, if you don't take her out early, can really mess up your team's plans in the future.
Oh, for sure. Character that you always want to get rid of as fast as possible if given the opportunity. But a good burst here, as now Ruby on deck for Tactile, going to get a lot of damage here on the Adachi. He's going to set up the mix-up, but the tech forward escapes. Looks like Tactile was not ready for that forward tech, giving Garfield a chance to get into the set.
Oh, that grab, Tactile unfortunately didn't expect it, so wasn't able to tech out of it. And now Ruby's in the corner, which unfortunately is not really a place that she wants to be. Gets supered, double supered, in fact, for her trouble for being there. It was a decent 8k around, and now she's just got to get out. Yeah, just raw tags the Yumi in there. And Tactile just trying to find an opening, finally gets one, goes into aerial rave on Seth. Just didn't have the meter to make anything really work out there.
Yeah, use it all for the EX snowbirds, which are incredible on block, even the air version of those. But Garfield with some great blocks, manages to fight it out. He's getting some little hits there, but Tactile with the 5B from Yumi. Both players about the same amount of life, but here comes that corner pressure. It's a CC, and now we're going to guess high, low, left, right. Nice post block. Garfield gets out of there. Relatively unscathed, I say that, but Adachi gone. The snowbirds come through.
Yeah, I feel like it could have been a little bit different if the Ruby had been called just a hair earlier for the assist to get a launcher, but I guess in the end it honestly didn't matter that much because the same assist came in, and that's what secured Tactile the first win.
Yep, just stayed solid, you know, found those hits at the end. They had the advantage of having the 2 characters versus the 1. That's one of the biggest things in BBTAG is being down 1 character and losing access to so many resources, right? Is just a very difficult part to come back from. It's not impossible, but it's stressful and it's just overall difficult. So it's really a race to see who can eliminate the first character from their opponent, and that way you can dictate the pace of the rest of the match at your leisure.
Right, and what was interesting to me during that is the 2 teams were actually, until that lost character, very even in life. You know, Tactile took a little bit, Garfield took a little bit. They switched and put that character in the partner slot. They regained health. It was very interesting to see that they have a similar mindset as far as character health and regaining that throughout the match. So let's see how it plays out here and what adjustments that Garfield can make to try and come back with Tactile. Unfortunately, I don't feel like Garfield made that many mistakes. They're just, you know, little openings.
Yeah, Tactile just forces the issue, you know, gets some good mix-ups in. You know, I can't agree that Garfield didn't really make any really bad decisions, just, you know, getting hit here and there, like that in the neutral is a little scary. Gotta be some patient on the defense. Just like that, getting frame trap forced to burst out. That's a big win for Tactile as he gets rid of all of Garfield's CC gauge.
Right. I feel like in this one, Tactile was doing such a good job blocking the Zeos this time, and as I made that comment, Seth gets a super, but let's see if Tactile can get out of this corner situation. Really good awareness on what the active character was there.
So you see, because he was holding the partner gauge, Adachi wasn't getting hit, and was able to get a nice 4P with Adachi, get a launch, get a bunch of damage on Yumi. So now Garfield looking pretty sharp here. Oh man.
Oh, that was a nice punish. And another nice punish, so getting into the gun blast, probably into the gun. Yep, gun blast resets. And look at, God, this pressure from Ruby Yumi is so much.
Oh wait, can't even get out feasibly, right? Has to force the block to mix up, there's the burst. So gets punished as the snowbird assist comes through. I love that idea from Garfield switching into the Adachi, but now Ruby's gonna get him to do a mix up. Just jumping in neutral, waiting it out. Oh, there's the grab. Here comes Tactile. Has a lot of bar here. This should be enough to kill Adachi. So go for 1 super, spin through, and follow up with number 2 to seal the deal, and it's all down to Seth.
Yeah, it's unfortunate to have to spend so much of your meter like that, but at all costs you want to eliminate a character for all of the reasons that we've said in the previous match, so that's a good thing to do. That was a good use of the meter. If it secures you the round, you might as well.
That was super solid. Setting up, again, having the 2 characters versus the 1. Tactile set up the custom combo, used that extremely strong Yumi 5P, where she just spins the fan and the tornado comes out, kept Garfield on lockdown, and, you know, got another win out of it. And it's just always being ahead little by little. Tactile's just prowess shining through, where they just can, you know, they don't lose steam at all. It's pretty steady gameplay, and it's working out so well.
I think the interesting thing is that once Garfield does lose a character, the game is over very quickly after that. I don't know if it's... I think partially it's some of the, you know, 5D chess that Tactile has a tendency to play with the setups and the calculations that they've made to get the last character into the situation they're in.
Yeah.
Or if at that point Garfield is just so on the back foot that they can't make the plays that they want to.
We'll see. Yeah, being down that character definitely means you can't make that play, but now they've got both. Getting the early hits and the heat riser, so now Adachi's a little bit buffed in strength, has the BZO, doesn't lose that little buff until he gets hit. But oh man, the up back from Tactile with the jump B. Again, catching Garfield. Garfield is be wary of Tactile doing defensively jumping. Try to reversal, and now Seth losing so much life here.
Yeah, I mean, Tactile's gun blast movement on Ruby is so crisp and so accurate that Seth lost almost his entire life to just Ruby moving around the screen, and that's so scary. Like, he doesn't even need meter to do significant portions of damage, but now Yumi in here trying with the snowbirds to get a little bit of damage, and manages, unfortunately, she had that B snowbird in the air, which takes a long time to recover from, and it's Garfield's turn.
Yeah, Garfield come on to command grab, gonna get the hard knockdown here. Gonna do a setup, but I like that Tactile walking forward. trying to fight it out, but here comes some more damage. Gonna 80s, yep, gonna switch into Adachi. Doesn't have enough meter to finish the job, but the 5C, there we go. All else fails. The easiest mix-up in the game, a quick overhead. But look at Tactile go, gets a grab, no combo. Ruby on deck, lot of bar, a lot of life, but gets tagged. Here we go.
Oh my god, I feel like the range that Tactile plays at is just the absolute max range for a character. Garfield doing a fantastic job punishing this Ruby though, and trying to create the pressure situation that Tactile's been putting on him for the past 2 matches.
Yeah, making an effort. Oh no, blocks the 5C. It's not your turn, Garfield. Now Seth gone. Tactile uses the bar though. Still has plenty. Oh, and the incoming beat the end of the super. It's all down to the next hit.
Yeah, Adachi went in for a grab there. If that had hit, it would have been game over, but Tactile just plays patiently, moves around the screen, just lands a combo in the small opening that Garfield left and takes it.
Yeah, Garfield just tried to go a little too hard there. The Tactile challenge with Ruby's scythe, her normal is just being so large and so fast. It just wasn't enough for, Garfield just didn't have enough to get that comeback. Really was making a difference there, but unfortunately, Tactile stays solid and just takes over the set. Really good stuff to them as they advance in this upper bracket.
Yeah, the gameplay from Tactile, and I know I called it 5D chess, but I mean, really, it feels like Tactile's always 2 steps ahead no matter what's happening on the screen. So here in this first one, we're seeing those snowbirds, the EX snowbirds that you talked about earlier. Yes, they cost a meter, but god, they hurt so much. And then again, killed the Adachi. 5 seconds later, round's over.
Yep. Tactile just making the most of a lot of situations. May not have the most optimal combos, may not, maximize them, but is adept at just reading the opponent, finding those positions, getting solid damage, and then just putting on the pressure more so. So as long as they keep that going on, I think they'll definitely go very far this month in the PS4 tournaments monthly finals.
For sure. And I mean, we do see that Garfield did have some fantastic gameplay, for example, right there. So here again, though, Ruby playing at just a maximum range, and just right there, a tiny little mistake from Garfield, and Tactile took it and ran with it. So Tactile is now going to go to face Alex in the next part of the bracket. And that's a match I'm really excited to see. But before we get to that, we're going to be seeing Master CJ versus Zero Shadowblood and Malaclack Clack versus Razzo Sharp.
Love the names. North American names are just too good. Malaclack Clack is rolls off the tongue. That's definitely a fun one. And we'll get to there when we get to there. But Master CJ, VL Zero Shadowblood, both these players just outstanding. We'll start with Master CJ, who, rocks some unique teams themselves. I'm going to be excited to see how they play into this. Sometimes usually uses the Hart. I've seen them play other characters. They have a Rachel, which is very rare, but Hart, Seth, another, honestly, legacy player. Master CJ's played a lot of different fighting games, excels right now with this BBTAG setup. I'm excited to see, what they can do if they can make it the distance.
Coming into this with 62 matches played and with a 73% win rate, really nice. And again, like we said, bringing in this Hart, which is a character we don't see as frequently. Sometimes in the Midwest we do. We have a couple of Hart specialists here. But getting to see Hart on this stage today, I think, is going to be a big treat for a lot of people.
Yep, who doesn't love Hart with the power of love? But with an opposite kind of power, Zero Shadowblood, always repping Susanoo Yumi. It's a young blood too, but it's, someone you have to watch out for. One of the few West Coast representatives you'll see here in the Open Series monthly finals, but do not ever count them out. Their team can dish out the damage and end it faster than you can blink. It's just insane. So we'll see how Master CJ can stack up against this Titan that is just looking to just end Master CJ's career before it even starts.
Yeah, Susanoo is scary. Susanoo, when he gets rolling, often quite literally across the screen, can just do so much damage, has so much reset potential, has an incredible command grab, has a super that's full screen, so don't mess up because you can get punished, especially if you're a projectile-based character like Hart. If you throw a projectile and there's meter on the board, you've got to be careful. And then to pair something like that with a monster like Yumi, the damage output from that team is monumental. And that is the team that we are going to see, Seth, Hart versus Susanoo, Yumi.
It's be fun. Like that Yumi assist, so powerful. You know, you could say like Susanoo's biggest weakness is he's not like the most mobile on the ground. It takes a little bit for him to start getting going, to get running. So that Yumi can cover that with her 6P, as well as like once you get close enough getting the 5P. So, you know, avoiding that Yumi assist is going to be integral to Master CJ's game plan, which honestly, with the way that Hart plays in the air, plays like her original incarnations, like in Arcana Heart, able to fly across the screen. If Master CJ can keep that momentum and win that airspace, I think that they can take over this match.
For sure. I mean, I actually think that these two teams fight well into each other. Unfortunately, here's that rolling lead that Susanoo has a tendency to get. Drops it in the corner, though. Doesn't matter. Hart died. So with 160 seconds left on the in-game clock, it's just a Seth. And already Yumi's aerial rave carried Seth into the Susanoo assist. Active switched into Susanoo and got double super.
Yeah, this is looking super fast. Getting it hit, doesn't finish it. Nice reversal from Master CJ. He's got the solo Seth with just a level 1 resonance. And now Zero Shadow Blood is backing it up. All he knows he just needs one hit. But at least Master CJ is getting some damage on the board. Slowly but surely working their way back up, but they still got a long road ahead of them.
Oh, definitely. I mean, it's intimidating looking at that Yumi health bar right now. That was nice, though. Got a little bit of a reversal there to stop the incoming pressure. Gets caught in a ball from Seth for Yumi. And now Seth is finally getting some of this pressure. Actually, Master CJ did a really nice job maintaining pressure and elongating the life of this first round.
Yeah, really fought it out as much as they could, but you know, those Yumi buttons just too strong. That air counter hit was so untackable that you just saw Master CJ's character just fall slowly, got tagged there, and that was it. But looks like Zero Shadow Blood's ready for the matchup. You know, as much as Master CJ's trying to take to the skies, Zero Shadow Blood's matching that, getting these big air-to-airs. And since Susanoo just can, you know, outlast Hart, especially because, you know, he has more life and does more damage up front, you know, all those trades just worked out in Zero Shadow Blood's favor.
Right. I'm in this one. I'd like to see Hart play. There's no other way to put it yet. I just want to be able to see her play because she has some really great things that can counter this team. So let's see how it starts. A nice empty jump back and just gets caught.
What a run forward.
Yeah, the Snowbird assist from Yumi did a great job catching Hart. And fortunately for Master CJ, not dead, yet.
Yeah, it's looking pretty dark as Hart just trying to find her way through. Gets a hit on the Susan, trying to set up the mix-ups here. Steals the corner, but great blocks from Zero Shadow Blood.
Oh, I love that overhead, the glide from Hart into that. It just changed a little bit of the speed that she came in on, and now you get to see what Hart can do.
What a big hit. Gonna not get the punish on the burst. So unfortunate there for Master CJ, but still, Hart getting the play, getting some damage in, but she is low on life. She cannot take a hit here.
No, she can't. And oh, what good blocking. Oh, man, that's just brave. Text the
100%.
grab. Yeah, I'm so surprised that Master CJ hasn't switched her out, and she died.
Oh no, and tagging extra damage on Seth with the giant sword slash. And now here we go, solo Seth already lost half life because of that super. Got the resonance, but the jump C from Yumi connects, and now Master CJ, at least level 4 resonance, can maybe find something here.
Yeah, I like that Master CJ is putting the orbs really off screen from where Zero Shadow Blood can see them to just try and create something, some kind of pressure. Just like that. Ooh, just try to check the Yumi assist, see if you can get a little bit of damage there. But Susanoo is taking damage especially after these combos from the orbs. Nice block though.
Oh, finds the EX grab. That's gonna do it into super, and I feel so bad for Master CJ. Kept catching with Seth orbs, but because of the Yumi assists that were persistent on screen, he could never actually capitalize off of them. Because Yumi was just basically taking up all this space with her hitboxes and tornadoes and ice, and it's just Master CJ just couldn't catch a break. It just was the Zero Shadow Blood show through those 2 games so far, and it's just rough that you do the right thing, but it's just not enough.
Yeah, it is unfortunate because the idea is there. Like, I see the plan, but you can't execute because the assists from Yumi aren't allowing you to get in. And then if you do, Susanoo's on the other side, and that's just scary.
He can be stunned by the orbs of darkness all he wants, but, he busts out, and you just saw that EX command grab in the corner, just getting that slam out of nowhere. Like, I didn't even expect it, right? Because normally you see that kind of under pressure, but just kind of roll the dice, let it rip, and now leading to that advantage of 2-0 as Zero Shadow Blood needs 1 more to make it to the next round of winners.
Yeah, I like that Hart jumped out of the pressure there from Susanoo, got a little bit going on there. Burst in from Seth, unfortunately very punishable, and Seth, yeah, there's a lot of meter on the table here. Could die. Oh, what a Yumi assist. Doesn't even need to spend the meter for the death. That's how much damage that team does.
I know, right? And that was such a nasty setup. Gets the anti-air. Hart off of an anti-air, right? This is losing almost 7k. 6.6k off that. 1 more hit's going to do it. It's going to be a CC here. Oh, no, never mind. Susanoo's gone. It's all down to Hart. Yumi just dashed out of the corner, forces the sandwich, and just like that, Snowbirds connect. 3-0, Zero Shadow Blood takes the set convincingly over Master CJ.
As a shinobi and as an agent of justice.
Yeah, that was an incredibly dominant set from Zero Shadow Blood. Wow. Just like, so much.
Exactly. So much what? So much everything.
So much all the thing.
Just pressure, damage, speed, and just craziness. Master CJ just couldn't get a good footing. So Zero Shadow Blood just running them over. Either by just getting raw trades, they're throwing out those big Susanoo normals, or those big Yumi normals. Both characters just having, really strong presence.
Yeah, and look at just the decision making that Zero Shadow Blood is able to do. Like, for example, in that previous one, there were 2 characters on screen. What can he do to maximize the damage on both characters? And then, these active switches into double super, so much damage. Here's another one where Seth, poor little Seth, just getting beat up.
That mix-up was so mean. Found like a fuzzy jump, blowing up, missing CJ's blocks, and then this finale here. It's like, how do I get around? How do I avoid getting put in a bad situation? It's like, you can't. Zero Shadow Blood was just a step ahead every which way. Knowing how to evade, knowing how to set up those cross combos, it's just been nothing but really good from them. So now they await the winner of Malaclack and Razzo.
That is, I'd be comfortable, but I wouldn't get too comfortable because the winner of this is gonna be no joke, honestly. Malaclack versus Razzo Sharp is our next one. If you're in chat, go ahead and spend some of your channel points and let us know who you think is gonna win, because that's really fun. But both of these players have also, everybody here at the top 8 has completed frequently, but Malaclack, Dust Malone plays Adachi Yosuke, a team that we have seen today, and does really well, honestly, and comes in here having played 57 games with a 68% win rate. All these guys are coming in here with an impressive win rate to make it to this point.
Yeah, that just shows the strength of those players, right? They're always making it this far and getting throughout these events, making it to these finals on the back of just, the years that BBTAG's been out, playing as much as they could, and no one exemplifies that more than Razzo Sharp, coming out of the Southeast, super strong player, multiple teams on deck. So you see the Carmine Hakumen there, but has a Merkava if they need it. Can play Yang Carmine. 86% win rate with 56 games. That's a lot of games. Only 8 losses, not even double digits. And had amazing showings the last couple of months. Wasn't able to seal the deal last month over Tempest, but has a good opportunity here. So we're gonna see as this kind of sets the stage for, can Malachi kind of cause the upset and send Razo to losers and shake things up a little bit, or will Razo just continue their hot streak they've had over the last couple of months?
Yeah, and I mean, Hakumen is not a character that we see terribly frequently, but don't let that fool you. Razo really knows the ins and outs of that character and can absolutely destroy someone if you're not expecting it. Now, they also have a Mika Carmine, which is another team that you really don't want to be on the receiving end of, not when it's in Razo's hands.
I love that decision to bring out the Mika. We saw some Mika on the EU side, but now we're going to see a little bit of Mika over here, see what kind of flavor we have on North America for it. So Mika is just that high mobility grappler on the back of Carmine. Carmine, still super strong, huge damage, uses up his own resources, his life, to get some stuff going. But the projectiles, the pinwheels are super strong once those are out.
Right, so Razo is going to be carefully watching how much damage he spends and throws out things with Carmine, because that can put you in a sticky situation. But Razo, a pretty sharp player, if you will. I'm sorry, I had to do it. But right now we're seeing Mika taking a lot of damage as Mala finds an opening with the Yosuke after a really nice Adachi assist, just getting cross combo, gets hit. Active switch, or are we going to stay with the Yosuke? We're going to stay with the Yosuke and just continue the combo. Goes ahead and bursts into the Carmine. So let's see now what Razo can do with a little bit of a tiny happy birthday and a lot of damage onto Yosuke. Oh, you done, son? Yes.
Oh, that's such a good buff. That's always so good for Carmine. It normally finishes auto combo, throws him out of the corner. But going into the Mika, finishes off there, and got a huge combo on Adachi here. Used up a lot of bar. Into one super, is it going to go number 2 to get close here? But will it be enough to finish the job? Down comes Mika. Yes, it is. Game 1 to Razo.
Did you see the last number on how much damage that combo did?
The last spike, where Mika just slams in the ground. It just,
Yeah.
that's where a chunk of that damage comes from that super, and that was just great awareness that was going to be enough instead of just waiting it out. Uses up all 5 bars to make the combo just perfect.
I didn't know that Mika had that kind of combo damage with the Carmine, though. I mean, I knew it was good. I didn't know it was 13.3k good.
Well, for
was
5 bar, for
lot.
5 bar, I'm hoping you cash out all that you get a little something going. If you are using up 5 bars and you're not even breaking 10k, then you might got to go back to training mode.
You might gotta reevaluate your team situation. But that was a really great first game for Razo. Just showing what he can do on a Carmine and a Mika. 2 characters that, I mean, we see Carmines in and out, but Mika's definitely more rare. Like you said, we did get to see one on the EU today, so cool to get to see her again today.
That's true. It's a very, like I said, very fun character. Can be overwhelming if you are not kind of on top of it. Don't even know what kind of to expect, how she takes her turns. So you got to keep that in mind. She's excellent at going through projectiles, although, and you can see that with the Adachi team, right? Adachi relies on that Zio. Mika doesn't care. Mika can just blast through if timed right. Speaking of blasting through, here comes the first combo. Into the setup, there's the grab. Right into super. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's such a nasty little setup that you can do with Carmine. Just leave the person there. Think about every decision you've made in life while I change characters.
As you're stuck in there. And also, it's cool too because you build the CC gauge back up, so you have all this time. And more damage coming through. Nice burst, but the Mika assist hits. No full conversion. It looks like Adachi's gonna go down here.
Yeah, I mean, I think that Mala needs to start paying rent because he's been in this corner for so long, and he's just gonna die there too. Razo then the first one, it was definitely much more back and forth. There was a lot more exchange of health and things like that. And that when Razzo went, "Ah, yes, the game. Let us play it." And it was his game, and he kept Mala locked down in the corner.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say it's our game to play. It was Razzo's game because he took that game away from Malaclac, just took the ball back home. Like, nope, this is a one-player show here. You're going to sit here and watch. And Malaclac, you can't go down watching like that. I know the bursts are what you try to use to get out. They didn't quite work out, and you only get so many chances against Razzo. The damage output from Razzo Sharp is just so high on most hits. You know, it's the tough part. If you can't beat him in neutral, then you have to, reevaluate how you're gonna approach.
Right, and that's the thing with Razzo is that he's gonna eke every last bit of damage out of every combo that he manages to land. So if he lands a hit, you're in trouble. Mala has a really nice start here, though, putting Mika already down around half health as she flies around the screen in these little bumblebee colors, which are really cute. But now it's Razzo's turn, gets a grab with Mika, and then switches into the Carmine. What a setup. And now you just sit there, regret life's decisions, as he's switching in and out of characters.
It's basically an unblockable setup using that. You have like the pinwheel for Carmine, Mika comes through with the command grab, you try to jump to get by his pinwheel, so it's like just really rough there. Even the burst just not working out. Razzo he's losing so much life because he's doing so many hits. He's gonna get a good chunk back, juicing Yosuke. And this is just the Razzo show.
It really is. I feel like Razzo just puts on like a training mode show sometimes. That is a really nice super from Mala, though. It's gonna not do a ton of damage, but at least put him in a more advantageous position. Oh, what a miscalculation, I think is the only word that you could say that from Razzo.
Yeah, you can't ask for a better way to go through. The chopper comes through, but it looks like Malaclac doesn't want to ride. But it's going to take Carmine for their own ride as the vortex continues. One more solid knockdown can do it, but here comes the resonance. And then just the grab. Razzo's going to take out Yosuke with that throw. And now it's all down to Solo Adachi, who just gets jumped in on. And that's a wrap. Razzo taking it 3-0. There is blood on the dance floor. And there's a Malaclac on the lower bracket now.
I don't want to be in the blood on the dance floor, but that was really scary. I mean, just Carmine throwing out all those puddles, and if you're unfamiliar with the way Carmine plays, when he does throw those puddles out, he is able to mirror some of the moves that he does, causing damage full screen. So if there's a puddle on the ground, you're not safe. And Razzo really showing why they're not safe. I mean, I really thought that Mala had a great comeback in that last game, but unfortunately wasn't able to close it. Let's take a closer look through some of these replays.
Oh, for sure. As we look at how just Razzo maximizing the damage, keeping the corner so well. You said that, Malaclac was paying rent. At this point, he's got a mortgage on the corner. He lives there now and could never get out. So congratulations to them for being a new homeowner.
Hysterical, yeah, but really though, I mean, look how much time he's spending in the corner. He doesn't get to leave, even when he does these bursts. He's still stuck, and Mika said, "No, I'm throwing you a house party. Stay."
Oh, and that's not a party that Malaclac wanted to be in. Even there, right? That grab after the resonance just worked so bad in their favor. Then that jump in, and you just see Razzo just getting the combo there to seal it. So unfortunately for Malaclac, has to fare in the lower bracket side as they go up against Master CJ to try and make their way back up to that top 4.
Yeah, and we've highlighted it before, but I mean, everybody in this top 8 is a killer, and the lower bracket is just shark-infested waters right now. Whoever makes it through is going to fight tooth and nail to make it, to fight some of these people who may be joining them shortly.
Definitely will. But if you want to join these folks as well, hop on to compete.playstations.com and enter yourselves to compete in the weekly qualifiers. If you do well in those qualifiers, you can have a chance to play for the monthly finals and make your way into this top 8 you see here, appear on stream, and have a chance to get some good prizes. So please follow there and see what you can do, as we will take a short break and be back with more upper bracket action here at the March NA PS4 Tournament Open Series Monthly Finals. Alright, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the small break and got a quick snack. Re-up your water because we are going right into some more amazing action here in the PS4 Open Series monthly finals for BBTAG. I am Raph with Jalen at my side, ready for more of this amazing event.
Yeah, so far we've gotten to see some great stuff in the upper bracket. We see that Tactile took their match against Garfield 3-0. Alex took theirs against Chop Suey 3-1. Zero Shadow Blood against Master CJ 3-0. Razzo Sharp against Malaclack 3-0. So we're going to go ahead and continue with the upper bracket with Tactile versus Alex and with Zero Shadow Blood versus Razzo Sharp, while Chop Suey, Garfield, Mala, and Master CJ fight it out with blood in the lower bracket.
Okay, you can breathe. That was a mouthful. You didn't skip a beat through all that, going through that fun bracket and all those amazing players. The NA side just has all the long names. All that it's more than a mouthful. It's not like a name like Tactile has an underscore, it's two parts. Alex with 4 digits at the end. Predict who will win this match. Follow along in that Twitch channel and let us know who you think will take this set. Will it be the super solid player Tactile, or will it be the crowd favorite? No, it will not be. Looks like Tactile with a nice 69, looking good there, and is favored to take this. But I'm curious, as puns, you never can count them out.
No, and Alex always has a trick up their sleeve, whether it be with another character to assist their kanji, or with just like wild and crazy gameplay. You can't count them out. And math, 31, is that right? 31% of people agreed with that. So, but 69% of people really think that Tactile's got it.
I mean, with their track record, I don't blame them. That's a safe bet, but you can never tell when it comes to BBTAG, because all it takes is one mistake, one moment, and a match can just flip, turn upside down. So here we go. Game number 1, Alex against Tactile. Winner of this, guaranteed in the money, guaranteed in the upper bracket finals. A lot at stake. Let's go.
Yeah, I like that. Puns is sticking with the Yosuke Kanji team that we saw earlier. Did really well for them. Tactile sticks with the Ruby Yumi, not something unexpected, honestly. Also, if you ever get the chance to watch that intro from Ruby Yumi, it's precious, and well done to the creators to put that in there. But here we go, getting started. Lots of aggression from Tactile out the gate. Alex had a brief little bit of damage, but the Ruby assist was there ready to protect Yumi.
Oh, but here comes Kanji to help let Yosuke start to play. It's going to get some nice damage into the knockdown. Now we got to guess left or right. The pressure's on. And then the grab with the throw counter, beating out the Persona summon. Tactile getting some action, and now he's going to set up an old mix-up.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, Kanji moved to the other side of Yumi, so that assist didn't quite work out for them. But Ruby is a character that can really contest Yosuke in the air, and doesn't let him get started. Look at that scythe into the buzzsaw blast, into the aerial ray from Yumi. This is gross.
Oh no, and baits the throw out from Alex. Also, the burst comes through. Alex losing so much life here as Tactile with 3 bars. He's gonna wait to see if he can get one more hit to confirm and get rid of Kanji. And this should do it, yet not even using any resources.
Yeah, this is a lot for Yosuke to have to do. It's not impossible, but if you get caught like that from Yumi, yeah, it kind of is.
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little impossible there. But it's okay. There's more games to be played, but a solid game number 1. Tactile taking that with just the chase down. Not letting Alex move, not letting Alex running around like they want to. So that might be how we're going to see this match go along. But at the same time, Alex does have other teams they could possibly do. If they feel confident in this squad and make the proper adjustment, more power to them. But you never forget, if you have a team in your pocket, you might reconsider.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering, because in both, I mean, okay, did they switch? No. So, I know we've highlighted Alex as a kanji player. What has kanji done?
So far, he has reversaled, he's busted out, and died. He is not, he tried to bust out, and then Ruby and Yumi said no. None of that allowed.
So, I mean, is there even a possibility that kanji could get benched, or is that the ride or die?
That is the ride or die. Yeah, Alex without a kanji is just like peanut butter without the jelly. You just can't take one without the other. And we'll see. Again, the power of the player is going to be the big thing. But hey, Ruby Yumi might just be too powerful.
It might be, but let's see how it works in this particular set here. So, game starts actually very similarly to the last one. Tactile using the Ruby and Yumi assist just to his advantage. God, look at that! The jump to the other side. Snowbirds come in from Yumi. Ruby jumped to the other side. Supers.
Oh, and still got to confirm off that? That's crazy. Forced to bring the kanji out. Kanji busts out with reversal, but Yumi waiting to get the big punish here. And looking like a repeat from last time, as Tactile is now has the other corner and is signing the lease over to Alex.
Yeah, sure is. Ruby up in the air there. I think just waiting to see when Alex decides to switch the characters. And then, no, that lease is definitely in Alex's name, and Ruby keeps poking him right back to where he belongs.
Oh, nice throw. Oh, that was beautiful. Into the active swish. I like that before the second part of the chair. Connected. Oh, gets a hit. This could be some good damage. There's the burst. There's the bait. Huge damage incoming. One super on deck. Kanji heard us talking mess. He's here to show us what a real man can do.
Yeah. I think Kanji's adorable. Anyway, so moving on, switching characters in and out, switches back to the kanji for Alex just because he has a little bit more health. Gets grabbed after avoiding that quarter forward C from Yumi. And now he's just living in the skies. Cross combo from Alex's team and catches Ruby.
And with that super, I like it. Do a little pose. It's going to have to go into a second super, but Kanji's more than happy to come out and beat some butt.
Yeah, that was a really great use of meter. Takes Ruby off of the table, now no longer a factor. And after the resonance activation, Alex got a nice little hit onto Yumi, just like he's getting right now, wasting all that resonance meter. But, you know, it's Yumi, so now Yosuke doesn't exist. It's just a kanji.
Can't let her live. Now how does Kanji get through? Kanji just got a chair. She has this fan. There's the snowbirds. Using up all this bar here, but now it's Pun's turn. Alex fighting it out. EX Cruel Attack doesn't work. Can he find a hit? 2B doesn't work. It's going to punish the Persona activation. There's no meter to finish it. It's at least going to be able to get an EX. It's going to be a nice chunk.
Yeah, but definitely not dead. Ooh, I like using the snowbird, but then from Alex changing the way he was jumping so he didn't get hit by it, that was really nice.
Oh!
And just reversals him to death.
Oh, he was so close. Alex tried to hit that 5E from Kanji and dropped the lightning right on top of Yumi, but Tactile reacted, saw it, and just busted out on their own. And now it's up 2-0. Alex was so close, but Tactile with just a perfectly timed reversal. That was just nice. Really good decision there.
It was. I really liked the decision making there. I really did enjoy getting to see Kanji play some more, but I feel like Kanji struggles into this team with all of the high mobility that Ruby and Yumi bring. And interesting, they choose to go with Naoto S. Is that really what we're going to see? It is. See, I thought Yosuke was doing all the work. But what does Naoto S bring to the table to change this? I mean, you have an instant kill. That definitely is something you can't write off.
that's the game they want to play. If you have trouble getting rid of a character, might as well just throw him under the bus with Naoto S, put him in jail, and wrap that up fast. So this is the ride or die. This is, Alex's original team, and has always found good success with it. The Yosuke team with the high mobility is also super strong, but I like Alex switching something up. They're never going to drop the kanji. That's just factual. That's just something that, erase that from your mind. He's going to keep on rocking with it, but you'll see some synergy here between these two as they're going to set up a nice CC and try to get things going.
Yeah, so I don't know if Naoto just brings a level of confidence into Alex, but this is nothing like the first few games we played. Even in the previous set, this is nothing like how Kanji played. Look at the damage that he's putting out right now. Kanji has taken over and he gave the lease back.
Yep. He said, I don't want to live here. This is your house now. It was fine while it lasted, but wow, what an escape with the punish! Did you see that active switch? Beating the jump C. It hit Naoto, but then Kanji comes through. It's a counter hit. This is looking so good for Alex. That small switch up. And then the charge 5B. Are you kidding me? Everything is hitting.
This is crazy town. I didn't know what I expected, but it certainly wasn't a potential murder case, because I think that's what we have on our hands.
It's okay. She's a detective. She doesn't cause crimes. She solves them. And the crime that she was investigating was, why is Alex down 2 games? Why is he losing this set? She's been put on the case and is about to bust Ruby and Yumi for crimes against BBTAG.
All right, I'll give you that one. That was really good. Well done. That was excellent. But yeah, seriously, that was a completely different Alex. Just the way that they played was aggressive. There was no waiting. There wasn't, Yosuke getting a hit and then timidly coming in with the kanji in the back. Kanji was the point character, took control, and never gave it back up. I mean, Yumi was half dead in the first 10 seconds.
It's funny, right? This is starting kanji. Normally, it's Yosuke on point. So kanji with that new blue jacket, just starting it out, has been a little bit of difference maker. So it's going to force Tactile to make some changes here. We'll see how the round start plays out and if they can avoid being put into corner jail.
Oh, those Naoto assists are really nasty. Just, actually stopping Yumi from getting her own assists and stopping Kanji. I like that a lot. Unfortunately, Naoto is caught in the Ruby brand blender here and activating a cross combo, taking Naoto all the way to the corner.
Yeah, looking scary here is Naoto just avoiding. Oh, the counter doesn't work out. Nice from Tactile, the awareness. Now Naoto S gone. The EX factor no longer here, so it's all down to solo Kanji. Getting a little bit of block pressure, but a quick push block. And now, look at Tactile can just control the pace of it with Ruby's normals and mobility.
Yeah, I like that he's trying to take advantage of, swatting away the Yumi assists and then getting in onto Ruby. But it seems like Alex is trying to get in exclusively by jumping, and with these two characters, it's incredibly difficult to do.
For sure. And nice, you see that read there from Tactile. Gets the jump C, avoiding the command grab, gets a quick switch, and let Yumi get the life back. Oh man, this Kanji's just swinging and trying to do as much as he can, but with Tactile just being on the air constantly, it's so hard to really put him on the ground, get him where Kanji would want him.
Right, and I mean, if you're Kanji, how do you approach this team appropriately so that you can actually get damage? I feel like that resonance lasted forever as well. It seems like it took an extremely long time. I know it's the same, but still. Does manage to get one hit onto Ruby, tries to go for a grab, but she reversals really well, doesn't take anything off of it though.
Yeah, a little decent for Alex, but now he's getting hit in the corner. One more hit from Tactile can end this. I like the cross combo, just trying to end this here. Kanji makes his escape, but how much will it be worth? Here comes Ruby again. She's just the differentiator. She's the problem. And the run-up 5A, that's going to do it as Tactile's going to take down Alex 3-2-1, and Tactile goes to the upper bracket finals.
You know, I loved the switch from Alex to just provide a little bit of variety and pressure, and I think it was a great choice because it made a big difference in that third game, giving him the one win that he did get. But Tactile, just so cool, calm, and collected, made the appropriate adjustments into that game 4. So taking a look here back at our first game, we're just seeing Yosuke fly in the air, aerial rave to death in the second game. Just again, unfortunate drops from Yosuke. So maybe it really was that Yosuke was the issue.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, either way, I appreciate the change. It did get him it did get Alex the one win. You know, and the big part of that was just having a little bit better assist to go up against like the Ruby Gun Blast. Little thing like that make a small difference, but at the same time, it's just, you know, solo Kanji is just gonna have a hard time. I mean, with the squad and having more flexibility, it kind of could cover for Kanji's weaknesses. But just by itself, you just saw how Tactile just wasn't afraid of anything. Was able to just jump, was able to move around as they please, and all Kanji could do was try to jump hit with the chair, and even then, nothing much would have happened from it. So, you know, Tactile knows the matchup now. Looks like with the different tournaments we've seen, and as they've fought each other, Tactile's just not fallen for any of Kanji's tricks.
Yeah, definitely not, and was able to take it with a convincing 3-1 here, even with the character change. So good for them. Good for them making it into the upper bracket finals. And while we were doing that in the lower bracket, Master CJ takes out Mala Clack Clack 3-2.
That looked like it would have been a super fun set. You know, Master CJ continuing on, and they're gonna have to face Alex in that lower bracket match. So that's exciting to hear that those players have to go at it. It's unfortunate only one can continue on, but that's why you don't go to losers.
Yeah, lower bracket is scary, scary place to be. But up next we have the Zero Shadow Blood versus the Razzo the Sharp, whatever you want to call it. And this one I'm really... I'm curious to see what chat has to say about it, because this... it could go either way, I feel like, especially depending on how Zero Shadow Blood plays. That Susanoo Oyumi that we saw earlier was just devastating, but it's Razzo. Razzo has so many teams and can make so many adjustments. I don't know, chat, what do you think? You tell me.
We will see what their prediction is. It's going to be fun, because we got to see what team Razzo's going to bring out to this. So I'm excited to see out of where. So Razzo with a big 72% margin. So that's kind of huge. And I would agree, because Zero Shadow Blood, I don't think they've shown the ability to really dominate a player of Razzo Sharp's strength. They did get a 3-0 in their first match, so they're definitely playing hot and doing well. And if you can see that kind of energy going into this, I mean, all the team needs is one hit into the Susanoo Oyumi setup, and that could really spend it. Can he get that hit? Because I feel like Razzo's going to bring a team that just controls the screen better and will control the pace and make it so that Susan can't really play their game.
Right, and that is a serious disadvantage for Susanoo. Several of their moves are very close, and you have to really get into your opponent's face. Yumi does help with that, with the assists, but, you know, Razzo has the knowledge, Razzo has the setups, and could easily prevent Zero Shadow Blood from getting that going. And I like the switch into the Merkava Hakumen right away. I think that's a very smart choice, already eliminating some of the possibilities and the routes of entry for Zero Shadow Blood. I
love it. Just Merkava and his giant, long, wiggly arms are gonna just put this no zone all across the screen, and that's going to be like the tough part, especially because with Hakumen you can have his like the 6P, the sword slash that Merkava can defend. So calling Yumi can be very dangerous here. So we're going to see how this works as two tall, you know, wonderful flowing hair. You know, they don't miss their shampoo days, taking care of their beautiful manes. Lustrous. I love this.
Yeah, Oh man, we don't see much Merkava anymore after some of the changes that he went through, but Razo still plays them so well. And this cross combo that he can set up with Merkava and Hakumen is so gross. And grab Susanoo. Because the one thing about Susanoo, even though he's a higher damage character, he doesn't have the help of, say, a Waldstein to really back it up and taking some big hits there.
Oh, nice unblockable into... Wow, that was a great action switch. Catching Yumi airborne. And look at that damage here. It's all red life, but it's still a lot of life. Is down for that, forcing the switch out. Now Yumi gets to heal up a little bit.
Ooh. Right, so, now Hakumen getting hit. And, does manage to catch on the end of that Susanoo combo, so gonna get a lot going on there. Unfortunately, the Hakumen caught the assist, but still managed to get out there unscathed.
Unfortunately, gets put back into the corner, lost the rest of the life, now it's down to solo Yumi. Still got a lot of red life, but I mean, that's gonna be healed up here by that resonance. And now we're just gonna throw out those snowbirds as Razo makes his escape. I like that. Razo with all the screen space.
Yeah, Yumi can get in on Merkava pretty easily, especially because she is a fairly fast character. Tried to go for a grab, but unfortunately whiffed. Does go in for a nice air combo, and Razo forced to burst there. I didn't know if it was safe or not, but Shadowblood did choose not to punish it.
Found a hit. Did it continue on? But the EX Ice comes through. And then the cross up in the corner. No one's ever ready for the side switch steal. And now Merkava has to pop resonance. Zero Shadowblood on the cusp of taking this. If they can find a hit, they can end it here, but look how much life Merkava got back.
And I like that Razo Sharp is keeping Zero out by using all of the moves that Merkava has for great zoning and pressure there.
Yep, that was huge. And look at that. Razo forced Zero to use up all his bar. Now it has to take all this pressure. There is no push block. Nice throw tech. And now just Razo just chilling there.
Just dropping elbows on it. Zero Shadowblood does get a hit and is going to take the first round.
Those blocks though. Razo just committing to those 4As while safe. Didn't do anything because it was just Zero Shadowblood content on blocking them. As soon as they had the distance, bam, Yumi normals. Wow, what a crazy first game.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's not how I thought it was gonna go, I'll be honest. Especially with Susanoo going down considerably earlier than I think Zero Shadowblood would have liked. But Razo does commit to the team. I don't think there was anything wrong with it. So gonna go back in, same teams. But if he does go down again, there's a distinct possibility we're gonna see another team come out.
Possibly.
Does choose to start Hakumen though.
We'll see how that plays out. The big thing is that Yumi, right? So like Susanoo can just do so much damage, right? But even if they go out, you are sitting on one of the best solo characters with Yumi. She might be very straightforward, but just the normals, the projectile, and her, the corner carry by herself just means so much. But here we go. First blood going to Razo as they are already in the corner, and now here comes the pressure.
God, that opener was insane. I'm not expecting that when you're starting a game, but holy moly, does it work really well. And now we're getting to see the power of Merkava in the corner after that insane combo. Look at the health deficit that Zero Shadowblood is at compared to Razo. Although
turning it around though. Yeah, always believe in Yumi 5B. There comes the assist from Susanoo, and now the sandwich. Oh, wow. So I don't know how the heck Susan got on that side, but it worked out there. Razo forced to burst and fight the grab, and now here we go to the corners. Merkava's going to get some good damage here.
Yeah, this, just smashes him into the ground. Let's see what else we've got here. Yeah, burst just to save the character. Good decision. You'd never want to go down one character, as we saw previously. But gets reversaled with noodles into the Hakumen.
Again, we see the unblockable. And then, the counter, put it in the corner. Just stabbing her with the sword, calling the Merkava assist. Susan comes out, and I respect that. Let the solo Yumi be a deciding factor here as that 5B connects, and now we're going for an aerial rave.
Yeah, that was some really nice decision making on Zero Shadowblood's part. So cross combo activated now for Razo. active switches into the Merkava. Unfortunately, is going to take some damage there because Yumi was way up in the air and very safe. Oh, with the super, but doesn't really get a punish on it from Yumi, which, I mean, I guess for Raz is probably a good thing.
Oh yeah, Razzo getting the other side, make it so that Hakumen can't get punished. Now comes the CC with that hit, and this should be enough. Yep, bam! Slices right through, we're tied it up 1-1. I like that, just using the rest of that CC gauge to get the ender with the Crash Assault. Super smart.
Yeah, well done. So 1-1 now. Still very back and forth though. When we talk about Razzo, we do talk about him playing very quickly. Does have a tendency to dominate a match, and I feel like Zero Shadowblood is doing a great job going toe-to-toe with him. There's excellent exchanges, the bursts are being matched. This is much closer than I thought it was going to be, but now with Razzo having a win under their belt, do they take it? Do they build the momentum? Does it become the runaway train that is frequently Razzo?
I mean, we'll find out. As long as, that Yumi is being played as solid as Zero Shadowblood keeps doing it, I think that's going to be just really the deciding factor for them. The Susan is strong and the damage it can get is huge, but Yumi is just kind of like the main portion of this team right here. So I want to see Zero Shadowblood recognizes that, Razzo recognizes that, and if they can, how they work around it. Can Razzo take her out first, or will, how well Zero Shadowblood protects her. Ow, not quite good there.
Yeah, not the strongest start. And the funny thing to me is we talk about how much damage Susanoo does and he's a big boy and all of that, and he's been the one crumpling first in both of these previous sets.
And that's huge damage too from the Hakumen. They're both pretty much they're the same character in a way. If you follow BlazBlue story, I'm sorry, but get the idea.
Yeah.
They don't look alike, but they're definitely very similar. Oh, here comes the Yumi. Finds the aerial rave. Not going to use EX to go first into the corner here, but it was a nice air dash mix up, and the cross is going to connect. 2B beating the burst out. This is going to be big damage. To the other side. East Coast to West Coast. Let's go.
Oh, man. The Yumi 2B, and 2B into 5B especially, is so gross. And then I like the use of the parry just to, make sure that they were safe during all of that. And now Merkava's, lost a lot of health. Yumi switches to the other side. Nice blocking from Razzo there. And now is getting their turn onto the Yumi. I feel like if they can take the Yumi out of this equation, it's going to be a much better situation. And there was a flash second where there was a teched grab in there, so this is wild.
Yeah, it's super good. Zero Shadowblood gets a hit. This is going to be big. And oh no, the punish! The ground Viper, that move has so much recovery on it. That was a super smart burst. Got a punish here. It's going to bring down to life. And now we're pretty much perfectly even. Overhead connects. And all down to Yumi. But that works out for Zero Shadowblood. This is his finest character.
Right. And this is very doable for Yumi. She's got a lot of tools. And does choose to use that super, which unfortunately left her really vulnerable at the end, and Razzo knew and is now taking advantage of it. Runs out the entire resonance meter, got Noodles in the corner right into a super, and she's still under a lot of pressure from Razzo.
Yeah, still a possibility with the low life that Merkava has, but used up all the bar for those EX snowbirds. In the corner here, there's the Unblockable is going to do it again. We've seen that so many times from Razzo. Forces, catches the up back, recognizes it immediately. You can't push block. You're unblockable by the air reversal. And that was just so well done. I am just a huge fan of Razzo finding those consistently, getting those unblockables out, and just recognizing that opponents don't want to stay on the ground, and it's turned into full combos. Not many players have that awareness. You said Razzo's looking sharp. This is beyond sharp. This is like the finest tip on a blade that you just put the piece of paper on top of it and just slices right into. I am frightened by how aware Razzo is in this set so far.
And I think there was a word that you threw out that I think is key to all of this, and it's consistency. Razzo, if anything, is so consistent in the moves and the choices that he makes, and consistent in punishing the openings from their opponent, no matter who it might be. At this point, it's Zero Shadowblood who's fighting for their upper bracket life, and unfortunately, this point is losing it pretty hard.
Oh my gosh, like 75% of Suzuno's life immediately evaporated, but that time, the unbuffable doesn't work. For once, it worked out in Shadowblood's favor as there was a small punish on there, baits out the reversal, Zero Shadowblood now getting some damage here, gonna go for a ride.
Quite simple.
Yeah, so Hakumen just chilling in the corner. They're waiting, biding his time. Yumi is very healthy and goes into Aerial Rave. Changes into the Susanoo for the super. There's plenty of damage. Solo Merkava into this a little bit scary. Just drops in with the reversal. And now trying to pressure. Now what we've seen with the Merkava is the pressure into Yumi isn't as effective as it is when he's going into Susanoo. So let's see how he does against both of them.
I'm excited to see. This is like, it's not often we see Razzo down to just the one character. And now with the Yumi out here, I think Merkava is not really going to have a lot of avenues for approach. And now just kind of like we seeing what happened in the last game to Zero Shadowblood. He uses up their bar to get these EX Snowbird. We're seeing EX Fireballs. For Merkava, let's take out the grab. And the anti-air! Oh, let's go. Zero Shadowblood is going to make this a full set, I think.
Yeah, I think so. It's got plenty of meter. The reversal was nice. It does create a little bit of space and resets the tempo of the game just a little bit. The Snowbirds, though, techs the grab, and Susanoo does have a hard time getting into the air, so Merkava's just hanging out there like the bird noodle critter he is.
And Susan's just trying to run away. Oh, never mind. He got the hit. He was just trying to get out of this this bridge. Tired of hanging out here at night. If Merkava wasn't trying to play, he was about to head out home, but can't go home yet, as now the set is 2-2. And wonderful from Zero Shadowblood, who's just playing when he's ahead. Plays so well.
Yeah, really does. I liked that game. I liked that game a lot. It showed the patience and mental fortitude from Zero Shadowblood. Just was like, no, we're not done yet, so let's keep going. And bringing this to a nice game 5. Razzo did take a second there to confirm going back in. Does choose to stay on the same team. I feel like that's a really great choice. It's not going poorly. It was just Shadowblood played extremely well. Oh,
for sure. He's just, made the right decisions. If he keeps the Susanoo alive, that helps the team, just having both characters there, but that deciding factor is that Yumi. Yumi's been pretty much the last character standing for Zero Shadowblood throughout here. So if that continues on, this might be what, causes the upset. But here we go. Final game. First hit.
Yeah, first hit Razzo, and I think Razzo looked at something and figured out what was... It was like, hey, it's 2-2? Gotta make it quick! Because just like that, Susanoo's down to currently a quarter health, can regain quite a bit of that. But the Yumi now taking a lot of damage in the corner here. Nice push block to sort of bring that back, but Merkava's reversal is just so mean and covers so much space.
And it's pretty fast too, so that was just great on them. Oh, the active switch gets punished! This is big. There's no gauge to burst. So now Hakumen has to take this damage. Counter didn't quite work out, the active switch, and gets a hit on Susan. That was wild.
Yeah, that was crazy. I am impressed with Razzo's ability to keep his head in the game and know which character was active. Goes into noodles for dinner! And that's going to take Susanoo out. Now the solo Yumi, again, a huge factor in Zero Shadowblood's game plan. So Razzo can't rest right now. Oh, what a clash there.
I can't believe that clash. That hit Susan, still clashed with Merkava, right? That's insane. Even Merkava reaching from full screen. But, that resonance is gone. Zero Shadowblood not with a lot of bar here, so now it's going to have to be as honest as possible and have to find whatever clean hits they can to turn this around.
I like that Yumi isn't afraid to meet the Merkava in the air, because she does have a lot of air mobility and a lot of options. However, Razo's still coming out in those exchanges and on the positive end in terms of life. Zero Shadowblood's just been blocking, it feels like, for a significant amount of time. Just can't get the hit they need until right there chooses to go straight.
No! Too far! It doesn't work! It's getting punished, and that's gonna be it. Unfortunate. Zero Shadowblood is gonna get knocked down to the lower bracket. Oh no!
You hate to see it when it. I mean, I understand the decision that Zero Shadowblood made there. You know, go ahead straight from the 2 hits in the B into the, or from the A into the super, to not risk anything from dropping it in the aerial rave or things like that. Because once you go into aerial rave, if you're not into resonance, you can't super. I get it, I really do. But you were just a hair too far, and when you come out of that super, it just takes too long, and he lost it on that. So sad.
Yeah, it's gotta be feeling bad with that one. But Razo definitely feeling good. Just came out, the skin of their teeth. Not often you see Yumi not get the reach, but hey, first time for everything. And now we're gonna see a little bit of this match and how it played out. But good stuff to Razo, advancing to winners finals.
So watching a couple of these back again, it's just always fun to watch Merkaba throw people. The animations in this game are just spectacular. But yeah, we're seeing here, this was such a back and forth across all of the games. Characters being really close in health, and the pressure from both sides really forcing the best gameplay out of both of these players, which was, it's always something you want to see, and it's really cool to see a player like both Zero Shadowblood and Razo Sharp being pushed to their limits.
Yeah, I love the fact that, you know, Zero Shadowblood can take it to Razo and just make it an incredible match. We saw a lot of 3-0s today, so it's refreshing to have something go 3-2, to go the distance in such a close fashion there. But you see the whiff super, Yumi just spinning, showing off the fans, but Merkaba isn't one. Doesn't care for her, is gonna wiggle those arms and give him the carbs for dinner. What a way to get sent to the lower bracket. Speaking of lower bracket, Chop Suey takes their set over Garfield 3-0 and is going to be facing Zero Shadowblood now. Whew, that's going to be a fun one. But then in our upper bracket, we do have our winners finals, or our upper bracket finals, Tactile Eastside versus Razo Sharp. The loser of that will be dropping into the lower bracket and will have to face, oh boy, somebody that is equally terrifying. Anybody they have to face is gonna be just insane. But at the same time, if they have to, whoever has to face Tactile or Razo is in for it too. So these final matches we're gonna see soon are gonna be crazy good, and it's just been a treat to catch all this NA action throughout the month of April, throughout the month of March, and we'll be seeing some in April where you all could be a part of it as well. If you hit up compete.playstation.com, sign up and play in the weekly tournaments. If you qualify through those for the monthly finals, you too can be a part of the final broadcast and get a chance at win some awesome prizes, not only cash prizes, but some cool titles and backgrounds for your PlayStation 4.
Yeah, it could be you we talking about being a terror in any part of the bracket, so go ahead, sign up, complete.playstation.com. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break, but don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're going to be seeing all sorts of finals straight into the grand finals of this PS4 Open Series tournament. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the PS4 Open Series BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle March Finals, and what a finals it has been so far today. I am Jadelyn, and I am joined by Rav. Rav, bring us through some of the action that we've had today so far.
Where do I even start? If I go from the beginning with EU, that was nuts. But here we are in NA. We're seeing the NA bracket as 8 amazing players have whittled down to about 5 still, but Tactile going on a tear through the upper bracket, making it here to the winners finals, beating both Alex and Garfield. And then on the opposite end, Razzo taking over Malaclac, Zero Shadow Blood. And now they will be facing Tactile Eastside to see who gets into that grand finals. But on the lower bracket side, as they whittle down to see who will make it into that lower semis, you already see Alex, aka Puns, whichever you prefer, awesome player, beating Master CJ to get to that point, and we await the winner of Zero Shadow Blood and Chop Suey.
Oh, that is a lot. And Tactile versus Razzo, something that I thought we would see. Does it make me any less excited to see it? No. This is going to be absolutely huge. Tactile and Razzo are no strangers to each other, so this is something where character choice doesn't matter? Kind of. Player knowledge matters a whole lot between these two. So let's see who you guys think are going to be the winner of this one by using your channel points to go ahead and cast your vote for that. You think Tactile was 70%? That's pretty strong. That's probably the strongest vote we've seen today.
There was a 72 beforehand for Razzo, so that was definitely
Oh,
up
you're
there.
right.
But Tactile with a hefty one, despite Razzo's amazing showings. That just shows you that Team Tactile is in the chat and they're coming through strong. This is going to be a crazy match nonetheless. I mean, you know what to expect from Tactile. It's going to be the Ruby Yumi. But on the opposite end, Razzo's team, choices. There's plenty available for them to work with. I'm excited to see what out of their many teams they will bring here, but will it be enough to just topple Tactile's overall solid play with his great team?
Right. I was just thinking in the back of my head, didn't at one point Tactile bring out a Yumi Adachi, or am I making that up?
I know he has an S Ruby. That was like his original team.
Right.
And also had a little bit of a Labrys, but for the most part, it's mostly been just the Ruby Yumi. I've not seen the Adachi.
Okay. So there are options, just not choosing to go with them for right now. And why would he? It's going really well with this Ruby Yumi. And Razzo choosing at this point to go with the Merkava Hakumen went really well in the last round that we saw just before the break. So let's see what we can bring out from this now. I think it's going to be the most explosive match we've seen so far, so don't blink because it may be over before you know it.
We'll see. That is how BBTAG do. And first pressure sequence coming out of Razzo has Ruby in the corner here. All this pressure that's blocking the overhead. So many mix-ups, so much pressure going out, but the jump back B, a simple up back, and now Tactile is in the driver's seat.
Yeah. Oh, grabs the Ruby right out of the air. Gosh, that's just so brutal. And now Merkava into the Yumi. Now, Razzo does have the advantage of having played into a Yumi just moments ago. Is it different now? Absolutely. And now this Hakumen is just grabbing. Gets a nice reversal from the Yumi just to sort of stop the pressure. And wow, the reversal there missed the snowbirds on the assist from Yumi. So, oh, it's just so back and forth right now.
It's all working out for Razzo though. Here comes the super. Doesn't have enough to get another one, but that's huge damage. One more hit on Ruby can do it. And then it's just a grab. Dived in, grab. Oh my gosh, Razzo with a huge mix, big brain mix up. And now it's all down to solo Yumi.
Ooh, yeah. I mean, again, we've said it before. Very doable for Yumi as a character since she does have such a high damage output. Unfortunately, gets tagged by the Hakumen and then grabbed by the Merkava, supered by the Hakumen. What a combo that was. That was cool to look at.
Oh, and then the grab. The definition of teamwork. That's Razzo's squad, right? They just swap back and forth so seamlessly.
Yeah.
What was impressive? Impressive was Snowbirds in the assist were ineffectual at all times. Anytime the Yumi assist would come out, Hakumen would get the counter, and the counter would counter the Snowbirds, drag Ruby in. But then you saw even the reversal from Merkava, going up high enough in the air that snowbirds went right under it. So all of those little moments just basically robbing Tactile of any assistance that Yumi might bring. And I think that is such a good thing that's come from this team that he brought against Tactile's.
I definitely agree. I mean, something that we saw in any of the matches that Yumi has been in is her power as an assist and what that can do to change the pacing of the match for their opponent. And like you just said, that wasn't really a factor. So let's see how Tactile adjusts in this match. Unfortunately, just goes for a swing, expecting Razo to come in. Razo didn't delay that entry and is now just taking every little bit and piece that he can from this Ruby.
Yeah, he took his turn. I love that in the ankle, getting some big damage. Oh my gosh, waited out the burst. I like that from Razo, but even better from Tactile for not giving that up. Oh my gosh, you cannot hard tag like that. Paid the price, now there's no gauge, and now Ruby's stuck in here. Okay, that worked out pretty good.
Yeah, it really did. I was much more concerned than I feel like what I needed to be. How did that work out? Because I heard Yumi do the parry, but then Hakumen did a separate move and then nothing happened.
Oh my gosh, the punish on that. The burst got hit by the Hakumen 6P. Merkava could still tech, gets the damage, takes a bite out of crime, and continuing on this rampage. Razo, you monster, but Yumi's still alive, never mind.
I like that. The same phrase. Yumi is still alive, never mind.
It looks like Tactile gave that one up. I don't think he expected the combo to drop from Razo. I could be wrong. But right there, I was just like, oh no! The combo drop! Here comes the combo! When Hakumen just punches right to the sky. Like, never mind, we're good.
Yeah, no. No, not today, friend, not today. Sheesh. That was definitely a much quicker game than the first, but so many different interactions in that particular match that just were baffling, and I think it caught both of them off guard as well, especially with that one the one parry setup from Yumi that just didn't end up doing anything due to whatever Hakumen did. You know, sometimes that happens just based on the interaction. So unfortunately at this point, Tactile's down. So let's see what he can do to make up, if anything, to put one on the board, or if Razo's just gonna keep on riding the train to victory into grand finals.
Yeah, I mean, this is looking like the Razo show. He's just on top of everything, avoiding the assists, playing against his team really good, and just making the right decisions like that with the counter into active switch. Huge damage here, kicks to the corner. Anytime Tactile tries to start offense, it's just not working. Oh my gosh. That was so good, but here comes Yumi.
Yeah, Yumi getting a nice bit of damage off, uses the full wind up into aerial rave, and chooses to just end it there. The nice high-low with the 252A. Really, really nice there. And kept all of the meter just to call in maybe a double super in a little bit, depending on the hit that she gets. No calls in, single super misses, and as we discussed before, the end of that super is incredibly punishable, and did get punished briefly until taking her turn back. What a tech!
Oh my
This
gosh!
game is wild!
That was like the quick cross under, the quick grab, the quick tech. But now Razo looking a little rough here, as Tactile has both his characters on either side. They're crowding around this giant winged floppy arm monster. But okay, nice reversal. Is going to get punished into the optimal Rekka starter. It's going to be huge damage. Look at that. 7.7k off of a special move. A special move, not even normals.
Yeah, I mean, Yumi does notoriously do a lot of damage. Is Razo out of it? I don't think so. There's a lot that he can do here. Another great tech. Man, these guys are on point with those. But Yumi does catch with the 5B, goes into full aerial rave, brings it all the way across, uses the second iteration of aerial rave just to make sure there was enough damage when she came back down, and it was. And then Tactile puts one on the board.
Good turnaround. impressive. Just overall making sure one character got knocked down and then just let the pressure ride. Like Tactile was playing a lot faster than previously. Like the speed with the mix-ups and like the reactions were on another level. So it looks like they maybe took a sip of coffee, slapped himself around a little bit, splashed his face with water, whatever trick he pulled out seemed to pay off for at least one game.
Yeah, it really did. Slap face with water. Tactile is East Coast, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
they're both from the same southeast region. So
oh,
it's
that's
like,
right. So it is getting a little later out here on the East Coast. It's nearing 7 p.m. So
time for bed.
Grab that coffee. It's time for
Time for sleep. Yep. 7 p.m.
Definitely.
Time for everyone on the East Coast to go to bed.
Hey now. Anyway, you're right. He kind of woke himself up a little bit there. Can made some really nice adjustments, and the thing that I liked is that they weren't significant. It wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna switch a character and make some massive gameplay adjustment. It was just like, hey, don't make as many mistakes and block a little bit. Okay,
Yep.
Cool, it worked.
Can it work again? As we're going into our fourth game, Razzo sticking to the squad, and Tactile just taken to the skies.
I mean, that is definitely where Tactile's team excels, and just Yumi pressuring. You know, I do really like the Yumi into the Hakumen better. I think she's had a lot more success there. So let's see if he switches back into the Ruby. No, he just to keep Yumi on screen, and Ruby, unfortunately, taking a little bit of damage there.
Yeah, but so is Hakumen. So it's just incremental. It's pretty even in that sense. Oh wait, the jump C, nice fucking the overhead. Was gonna get a good conversion with Makava, but Tactile paying attention. Has an opportunity here. Razzo is just grabbing little damage here and there, but it's not getting anything big until now. Here goes the full combo. Going to the corner here. Exerting that pressure. Now we're gonna get a nice setup here with both squads. Ooh, blocks the jump C, blocks the overhead, but doesn't block the low. Right into super is gonna be huge damage and potentially over with the second super.
Yeah, this is a lot of damage. Unfortunately, not enough to kill. And in that tiny fraction of a second, Tactile is able to put Ruby in the background, and she's going to be able to regain some of that health. Look how fast that's going.
Oh, it's coming back up real quick, but just as fast is Yumi's life disappearing. It's going to be a full combo here. Has opportunity to burst, but didn't want to do it. Would rather let Ruby get all this life back, and now baits out of 5 B, doesn't get a full combo. But this is all Razzo right here.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm Tactile, I'm sweating a little bit. This is a lot.
That was insane. Okay, baits out something, gets a grab. At least Tactile has something. Has some life back, has a lot of meter. But can a solo Ruby bring it all the way through?
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of impressed right now. That was a lot. Gets a nice high-low mix into the corner, still has a fraction of a second of resonance, and uses it to cancel into the super and takes down Hakumen. Well played.
But here comes Makava, the one last character and really the star of the show for Razzo, but the grab connects. And there's so much bar on Tactile's side. He's going to get a huge damage here. Going to get a nice setup. Is he going to cash out at all? No.
No, I like that all of the pressure from Tactile is kind of preventing Razzo from resonancing. Not that I feel like Razzo has the need or pressure to do so, but this is actually kind of huge from Tactile.
Still has to get one more mix-up. Doesn't have enough juice in the tank. It's going to be a push block into resonance possibly. Gets a hit, counter hit, not enough.
Oh, okay.
My God. It's coming down to this. Nice block in the low. Can Razzo do it? Gets a blast. Go in the corner. The 4A! That's it! Razzo with the anti-air. Dropping bows and sending Tactile to the lower bracket. What nerves of steel. Oh my gosh.
I'm floored. I was just holding my breath going, I don't know who's gonna win. Because just the way that Tactile was bringing that back with Ruby was so spectacular. And then Razzo, just the patience, the wherewithal. Oh my God. What gameplay. Jeez.
That was nuts. That was an intense set. Tactile almost tying it up 2-2, but Razzo with just the best anti-air I've ever seen. And let's get a good look at this match as our heart rates drop down a little bit and we catch our breath.
Right. I mean, here we're getting to see where Razzo is really a lot more dominant in the set. You know, much healthier team as we're seeing here, and Tactile unfortunately losing characters pretty early on in this, and you know, having to fight for his life with very healthy characters against him, and just some excellent gameplay choices from Razzo.
Yeah, overall, just smart decision making, great defense, honestly. Like, good awareness, the spacing, every little thing paid off super well. But then when Tactile started getting, you know, some advantages, you see there, just safe pressure, you know, good momentum, had a lot going for them, but just Razzo, you saw there, saw the opportunity, dropped the bow into a quick combo, and that was the end. He just answered everything that Tactile threw at them. Even with Tactile getting a little momentum, manages to shut that down. And now Razzo's in the grand finals, is sitting pretty. You know, guaranteed top 2 is going to get $400 or $300, right? That's so good, right? Even at the worst, you're going to get a nice chunk of change. So I'm really proud of them for how they played.
Yeah, and something to note there is that Zero did take their lower bracket set 3-2 against Chop. So in the losers, or in the lower bracket, Zero Shadowblood versus Alex. Oh boy. So we've been talking about how the lower bracket is full of killers and full of this high-octane gameplay, and now we come back to Zero Shadowblood versus Alex. Something that I'm kind of interested to see. Alex in that kanji, I don't want to call it anchor since that has a term in this game, but in the kanji mainstay, and into Zero Shadowblood Suzuno Yumi, which has been really damaging, and I feel like counters so many of the things that Alex brings to the table with their team. So, but you guys really seem to think that Alex is the one who's gonna take this. Not the most convincing percentage, but I mean,
hey,
what can Alex
there.
bring in?
It's there. Alex could bring in charisma, can bring in kanji. People love seeing that. They want to see this character thrive, and I don't blame them because it's just always a treat to watch either way, right? Like, I know you're not convinced by what the kanji has done so far, but just because it's been, you know, one bad match against Tactile, you know, you have to watch out because Alex's track record precedes them. And kanji has put in the work despite today being a little bit on the rough side.
Yeah.
We will bring you aboard yet, I promise. I know you're not feeling it, but just you wait, okay, Jalen? I'm watching you. You'll be a part of the squad in just a little bit.
All right. You're right. It needs to be a little convincing, and hopefully I will be convinced. But and I want to be, because I think it's such a unique pick, and I know that Alex has found a lot of success within their cross-tag career, so I know it's there. I just want to see it. I want to see the magic of this kanji that has propelled Alex into this sort of position of being a kanji main, but into Zero Shadowblood and the Suzuno Yumi. Show me. Convince me.
See.
I'm ready.
We will see. I am excited for this set. Zero Shadowblood. They did great to get to this point and had an amazing match against Razzo, right? So I know that they're playing on top of their game. But can it be enough as first blood going to Alex? But Zero Shadowblood answers back. Here we go.
Right, so Yosuke doing what Yosuke does best and staying in the air. Kanji pressuring Yumi into that corner, but gets punished. And the cross combo was already active, so Yumi just delivered kanji into Suzuno's loving arms.
Yep, and now forces that unblockable because that, as Suzuno goes across the ground, that is low. But look at that jump C from Kanji Connect right into the active switch. That's going to be some nice damage from Yosuke's side. Answering back at a nice, really good 7.1k. That's good damage. And then the happy birthday! Suzuno comes out without anything to protect him. But, okay, manages to drop the combo on the second character. Gets a burst, but here comes Yosuke.
Unfortunate.
There goes Yosuke.
Oh no! Get back on your bike, dude, because you need to go the other direction. Suzuno in this corner, we know that those corner combos are absolutely devastating on them. Activates cross combo, and the burst was not safe. Uh-oh, Kanji buddy.
That was 9.7k. That was so much damage just for one Resident Super. The Sonic Spin Super does so much. And now look at Zero Shadow Blood with a lot of meter here. Solo Yosuke, so never counted out as Alex's character is always a threat with just even a little bit of life left.
Right, does get a little bit of damage onto the Yumi assist, and now is lighting into Susanoo. Gets a super.
Just not the damage.
Yeah, it's
not
damage,
enough.
but it's not enough. No.
Yeah.
Nice reversal there from Susanoo. Unfortunately, dies before the cross combo activation and the character switch could go into effect. So now it's solo versus solo. It is a level 4 resonance Yumi on the table, and just Zero Shadow Blood just avoiding damage right now.
Yeah, and Alex just avoiding the floor, not wanting any of that. Let Yumi get her free bar, finds a jump in, that's huge, and then resets into the cross up, but not dead. No, because of the dropped combo. Zero Shadow Blood wakes up, hits that 5A, slaps that fan across Yosuke's face. Yosuke was just sitting there trying to finish the job, but Yumi said no. Oh, that's a heartbreaker for that comeback.
It was such a heartbreaker because Alex did such a good job on that solo Yosuke, creating all of these pressure situations and just maximizing the use of their resonance. And then you had this combo, it was yours, and then Yosuke just went, there it goes. And Yumi is such a fast character that she picked it up, and that was that.
I give it up for Zero Shadow Blood for not letting it go, right? Recognize that I'm still in the game. Tech forward even, and it's like, wait a minute, you did not finish the job. I am not out of it. I'm gonna get that button press. I'm gonna continue on, and Zero Shadow Blood just staying solid and just never giving up. And I love that. You see some players might just have at that point put down the pad, put down the controller, and said, dang it, until the next game. But no, that was nice. That makes me happy to see.
No, you never take your hand off the pad, off the stick until it says finish, because you never know what's gonna happen. And now let's find out what's gonna happen in this particular set, because I feel like Zero Shadow Blood does an incredible job when momentum is on their side, and I would be feeling a rush after the game they just won.
Oh, big time. You already saw that early pressure here, but now nice setup into the kanji. He's gonna go to the corner here and get the knockdown. But that Susan assist, that 6P from Susan shooting the little gun. Oh, countered it. Cruel attack. Caught Zero Shadow Blood trying to get out of the corner, and then here's more mix. It's gonna be a big block, and then, yep, you want some? No, she don't, but she's taking it.
Yeah, this is the kind of setup that I was looking forward to seeing. So, all right, I'm being convinced. Now, Yumi doing a great job blocking a lot of this damage. Unfortunately, gets hit briefly, but Kanji not able to capitalize anything really off of that. Yosuke back in the air, doing what Yosuke does best and just being a distraction. Ooh, nice little kind of bait out from the Susanoo, but Alex didn't fall for it. Nice job.
Yeah, avoided it, found like a nice super jump to get out of there. Oh, and there you see a giant jump B, but unfortunately, Kanji's jump B, like a max distance, doesn't really combo into the 5B well. So it's very hard to get those jump conversions, but this looks like it's a pretty good one, and that's gonna do it. Nice combo, and good awareness of it for Alex, who just needs one good hit on Yumi to take her out. What a cross-up! Using the unblockable jumping command grab to cross up at the last second, because Zero Shadow Blood was like, I can't stand up, that's gonna catch me, I'm just gonna crouch down. Kanji goes on the other side. Nice mix-up, and that worked out so well. Alex on the board.
Yeah, I like that game a lot. It was what I needed to be a little bit more convinced that this was gonna work, and I liked it when Alex gets going. He really is able to pull as much damage as physically possible out of that team, and it felt really different. It was a different kind of gameplay that I've seen from Alex, especially with this particular team. When he did bring out the Naoto Shirogane, it was a little different there. There was a lot more power behind that particular team.
Yep.
But Alex finding a foothold and really making that work, not letting Zero Shadow Blood run away with this entire thing, which I think is great. We got a set.
We have a set. We're 1-1. Again, this first to 3, so there's still a bit there, but now Alex giving confidence not just to Jadelin, but to all of their fans. But Zero Shadow Blood, let's see how he answers back. Because again, Zero Shadow Blood won that first game by the skin of the teeth. Like right there at the cusp. A little more convincing for Alex, but now it's Zero Shadow Blood's turn to make those adjustments and give us a really good match.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what adjustments that Zero Shadow Blood chooses to make, because I don't think that they need to be huge. I think small adjustments are going to go a long way. Like that, starting off the whole set with a nice block, but unfortunately does eventually get opened up by Alex.
Yeah, you think Yosuke's going to get on the other side, but then he uses the EX moonsault to stay on the same side, and that's such a tricky hit. That mix-up is just super strong. Air reversal for Yumi. It has a vulnerability, but it's not air unblockable, so it's something that you can be careful with, but it can beat people kind of jumping mindlessly at you.
And look at this. Wow, this damage is... That was really respectable. Yes, it was a blue combo, so it did drop on the 14th hit, but that's okay. It still did the damage that they needed. And Yumi trying to get the pressure. I like every time that Zero Shadow Blood is reflected into the corner that the Snowbird immediately comes out to try and stop any kind of forward chasing.
Yeah, always putting those spots, picking those spots really well, and just playing this zoning game with Yumi, showing up the Snowbirds, looking up the CC, but wow! Anti-cross-up super from Yosuke, that was sick. Nice cash out, a little bit of damage here, and now there's the mix-up. Here comes Kanji. It's gonna be the end of Yumi.
That was some really cool gameplay from Alex. Good lord. I mean, he's having fun. It looks like he's just having so much fun right now, and that's awesome to see, especially in a match of this caliber. And look at him just going to town with this Kanji and Yosuke combo.
Yeah, it's working out so well. Set it and forget it, but Zero Shadow Blood having that persona and the stare down.
Oh, the stare down did not work in Zero Shadow Blood's favor. Alex taking this game, going up 2-1 in the set, and... Alright, fine, I see it. I'm a believer.
There you go.
I believe.
Believe in Alex, like the 66% of the folks watching did, but don't count Zero Shadow Blood out, alright? He's been playing, well throughout this, still has an opportunity as the set is only the 2-1. So there is a chance to bring that back and to do it for the West Coast. Remember, the sole West Coast representative now that Malaklakak has been eliminated. So no pressure though, but this is looking like an East Coast show right now.
No pressure, but pressure. Yeah, going right back into it, no character change, not that we expected that anyway. I'm loving the adjustments that I'm seeing being made on both players' sides. It's making it very exciting. But Alex just really coming through with this clutch decision making, choosing the right times to activate cross combos, blocking these snowbirds that he's really being able to see from Yumi. Again, like I had said before, every time she's being rejected across the screen, a snowbird comes out, he blocks it, he's not getting hit by it anymore. His assists aren't getting hit by it because they hurt, and you're not losing little bits of damage here and there to those snowbirds, and really not getting as much damage in from the Susanoo either.
Yeah, it all adds up. So that's just, smart play. Because the Yumi team has a little, full screen game with those snowbirds, but that's really it, right? It's not a huge threat from that full distance. So, Alex is content of just hopping around, being evasive, because with a life lead, what are they going to do? It's going to still be difficult to chase down the Yosuke who has that, advantage. But on the ground, it's a different story. Nice sandwich. Here comes Zero Shadow Blood with a big punish on the counter.
So, yeah, wow. I mean, I was saying that Susanoo wasn't really getting the damage that was needed. But with that, just a couple seconds in, Susanoo got the damage that was needed, and now it's a solo Kanji. Which, I don't know, doable maybe. Scary? Yes.
Oh, for sure. History has shown that the solo Kanji is going to have a rough of it, especially with a character like Yumi on board. Already half-life with Kanji down, and he has to hold this safe jump. No, instead goes for resonance. Finds a 4A, but gets punished by Yumi. Has enough meter. I feel like this is it. We're going to see the end of this and go to our final game.
That was really fast.
And talk some game. Talk your mess. Zero Shadow Blood spitting, and that was a big win. Convincing win nonetheless.
Yeah, woof, that was
the power of this team. That was Yumi Susanoo. It wasn't even the full combo on the punish at the start, right? That was like, oops, I dropped it, but Yosuke lost half his life from there. And that's one of the key differentiators of the teams, is that Zero Shadow Blood just needs to hit you 3 times to take you out. He just needs 3 combos, and that's it. On the opposite end, the Yosuke will get a lot of hits, but it takes time for that damage to really add up. And Zero Shadow Blood, if he can get small openings, you see what happens.
Get ready.
Yeah, that was really incredible. I mean, we're talking about all of the amazing adjustments that Alex has made in the past couple of games. But then Zero Shadow Blood was like, hey, remember me? I do a lot of damage, and I'm going to remove one of your characters in the first 10 seconds. Solo me.
Yep.
And
one-on-one me, except I have 2 people. So now, who's at the advantage now, right? Well, let's see what Alex can do. If he can preserve that Yosuke and keep it, Kanji from flying solo, that's always the biggest part of, of BBTAG, but especially of Alex.
So let's go ahead and get into our final game of this particular set. And Snowbird's coming out trying to get that chip damage, does manage to catch, and oh boy, the crash! It came in and it stopped what could have been a terrible assault on Yosuke and turned into what was really the 4th game of this set.
Yeah, that was big. And Zero Shadow Blood still kind of keeping that same pace. Got Kanji down with 7k damage, meterless. Has him in the corner, goes to CC. Unblockable, no, wasn't far enough, and here we go. It is now it's now Alex's turn to shine.
This is Alex trying his best to get in, and does. Look at the kick from Kanji, and then Yosuke just goes ahead, picks it up, as putting in as much work onto the Yumi as possible, because Yumi has been just as much terror as Susanoo has been in this. Calls cross combo, doesn't really get anything. Alex doing a great job blocking right now. And Susanoo just kind of waiting, gets a little hit, but nothing much yet.
Oh, got a small punish, that was nice. This is still Zero Shadow Blood with nice advantage. Here comes the sword. Nope, nice block. And here comes the full punish on the super. I don't know if that's what Zero Shadow Blood wanted, but Susanoo's going to take 6k and get caught up in the vortex once again. Cross combo. Knock him down.
Yeah.
Huge damage here. In the extra credit for the residents, double super should do it, as here comes the not often seen Garudine. Wow, that was enough. 10k. Sayonara, Susanoo, Yumi, it's all on you.
Yeah, this is... Man, that was just so well done. Zero Shadow Blood keeps using that forward super with Yumi, and it doesn't do a whole lot of damage and leaves her incredibly vulnerable. And Alex is taking advantage of that, especially because he didn't get hit by the super.
Now Zero Shadow Blood, wow, with the grab, that's gonna do it. Is Yosuke just chilling like a villain? Gonna go in super, dab on him. 3-2, Alex is the one that surpasses the lower bracket semis over Zero Shadow Blood in an amazing set.
That was really well played. It was well played from both players, honestly, but Alex did a fantastic job. I did really enjoy getting to see the gameplay. I did get convinced. I see where the power and the potential is, but also in the power and potential of Alex keeping their head in the game the entire time, regardless of what Zero Shadow Blood threw at them, usually quite literally in the form of snowbirds.
Yep, but not enough snowbirds in the air to take down Alex, but still Zero Shadow Blood with, clutch decisions there, getting a big win that first game to start everything off. But, Alex managing to answer back, and it's just huge back and forth between both these players with basically a ninja character and then a big body.
Yeah, and I love getting to see this again with the Yosuke just taking the Yumi out, which was such a huge part of Zero Shadow Blood's team. And then solo Susanoo, although scary, just doesn't carry the same kind of weight as another solo character would, like a solo Yumi, for example. And then you see Zero Shadow Blood in this particular game coming back, just, you know, had places to be, people to see, and it's not you.
Not at all. Wanted Alex out of there by any means necessary, but that fast round only meant so much as like Alex finding it in the final game, even letting that command grab, caught Zero Shadow Blood just blocking it out, and you know, with a nice super and just a little low life on both his characters, but still makes it through. So now Alex is gonna have to face Tactile in the run back here in the lower bracket finals. Winner of this set will face Razzo, but this is gonna be a tough one for Alex.
Yeah, it is. Tactile we saw and we have seen and is an absolute monster. And I don't think that Tactile's gonna be surprised by anything that Alex can bring to the table. These players have all fought each other so much over the course of this game's life. And coming into this, I think both of them should be really confident, but they also need to be really cautious, because if you give either one an inch, they're going to take a mile, which could potentially completely change the tide of the game.
I think the question to ask for right now, we see Alex is favored. Despite Tactile winning the first set, Alex is favored. But my big question is, does Alex start the Kanji Naoto team? That was the team that got him the one win against Tactile in the upper bracket. So that might be the adjustment we see. I don't know if he's going to run the Yosuke team. Possibly, that's the option there. But running a full set with Naoto and Kanji might be the way, and I'm excited to see if that plays out that way. Although I feel like Tactile will be ready, because we've seen that Tactile has a good feel for the Kanji matchup and has been playing it extremely well, despite whoever Kanji is bringing on as his posse.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Would I like to see the Kanji Naoto F start? Yeah, because I thought it was really strong. And didn't end up working out in the long run, and the Yosuke Kanji has played really well in the past couple of games. So I don't know if there's a wrong answer, really, at this point.
Either or could be potential, right? But you gotta think about the player matchup. You know, what works best? That's an important part, especially when you have multiple teams and you're going into a tournament with, you know, this is a $100 money match. There is $100 on the line, potentially more if you win this. So you really can't, you know, take too big a risk, and you have to go with the safer bet that will work in the end, right? So.
Right, definitely. Now, with that in mind, I mean, you kind of know what you're facing at this point. Yeah, the Ruby Yumi.
What? Yes! Oh my god! Kanji Neapolitan. You thought I thought we were gonna stay tried and true, but out of the pocket Neapolitan. Blondes on parade. Look at this. Were you expecting this? No, you weren't. Were I expecting this? No, I wasn't. Was chat ready for this? Heck no.
What?
Welcome to Alex. Welcome to Alex's world.
Yeah, this is, I mean, Neo, notorious for her incredible mix-up potential and very low damage, but I can see how it works, and with Alex, shoot, let's go. I'm excited. I am blown away. I'm also slightly confused, but you know what? Show it to me. You made me a believer in the last game. Do it again, and do it with style.
All right, has a big lead. Unfortunately, got grabbed there, so now Tactile will turn this around a little bit, but you know, Neo has, like, you know, high mobility. She might not have a lot of high damage. Her conversions might be a little bit rough, but she's still super quick. Like, I would say, like, as quick as Yosuke. And offers kind of perspective. Look at that mix-up. Kanji was on the left side. When did he get there? How did he get there? I don't even know. That's crazy. But
that's the magic of the mix-up in that team.
Oh my god, the clones coming through. Send in the clones. I love this, and that should be it for Yumi. Never mind.
Oh man, see, that's the thing that I really like with Neo, is that you don't know where somebody is. Is it the real Neo? Is it not the real Neo? And then using that, like that, the side switch was disgusting, switches into Kanji, and just creating so much visual confusion for Tactile at this point in time.
It's too good, and the dive connects, and now it's just like, I like that. Alex just chilling. It's like, okay, I'll wait it out. but then, oops, doesn't wait it out, gets blasted by Ruby. Here we go.
Yeah, so Neo does take a bunch of damage there. And then Alex, I think, was really comfortable with sacrificing Kanji into that damage because he's so much healthier. Does switch the Neo out so she's able to regain some of that red life there. And this is Alex's game to lose, but he has to be very careful here because if he does make a mistake, we've seen Tactile come back from this. Nice moves, though. Really well done, Alex.
Recognizing Tactile was committed to blocking through the whole sequence. It was basically the Garshin that would never end. But then the command grab comes out. Tactile just kind of deer in the headlights, sat there, got snatched up, and the first game going to Alex. This is still just a first to 3. The only time there'll be an extended set is possibly in grand finals. So this is, for most of the marbles, for a good chunk of the marbles. Not all of them, but a lot of them.
One decent portion of marbles.
Yes.
So this Neo pick, I mean, we got to say some things about it during the match, but does a really good job just creating visual confusion. Because, most of the people here are familiar with her. She sends out clones. She can trade places with clones depending on the moveset that she decides to put out. But I loved how often Tactile found themselves in a sandwich situation because of the way Alex so skillfully placed Neo on the screen, called Kanji in, cross combo, active switch during the cross combo. It was really well played. Can he continue it? I hope so. Will he? We'll find out.
Yeah, that's the real question. We'll see. But that's just so much fun. Maximizing, making Neo look better than she is. She's not. If the damage were higher, it might be better. That's always the biggest thing, right? She can find some hits. She has some stuff that's wrong with her, but you have to watch out because it's working so well. Those assists are surprisingly being super effective here.
I mean, look at the effectiveness right now. Ruby's half health and won't regain any more than maybe 60% total. And now you have to deal with this Kanji damage, which you smooshed onto the floor. You're in the corner now, which is a place where most of the characters in this game are going to excel. But the damage onto Yumi is equal, if not more, than what was done to Ruby in the first few seconds.
Oh my god, that worked! Did you see that bait on the burst? That was incredible! Active switched it to Kanji, did the raw super, gonna push block, get the punish, there it is! Goodbye, Ruby! Optimal punish! Oh, Alex, you monster! More prepared for Tactile than anyone ever expected. This is a huge turnaround than their match in the upper bracket.
I definitely didn't expect it, and Alex is playing out of their mind. It's like they were conserving their energy for this moment.
It's insane. It's a lot of damage coming from the Kanji that Neo assist doing pretty well and getting a lot, working a lot with it. It's now point Neo. Found a combo off that. I am severely impressed. There's some meter here. Gonna go for a setup instead. Command grab from that range. GG's. Alex is up 2-0 now. Wait, never mind. I lied.
No.
I lied.
Eventually, maybe.
Still fly with pixels. You have Yumi surviving just barely.
Oh god, she has this tiniest sliver of health, and Tactile is making it work.
Neo coming through. Yeah, I love that. Oh, the reversal. Neo gets the hit. It's so scary. Neo's assist just going under the snowbirds. So Tactile has to block, or just that Neo assist would do it, but that reversal exploded, and Alex was so ready for it.
Yeah, Alex was ready for it. Alright, I didn't know what I was expecting. I was mentally preparing for Naruto S and then maybe a switch into Yosuke. This Neo pick is paying dividends. Alex is up 2-0 in this set. The loser of this is out.
That's it. They're out. They're out with $200, but they're out. They are still, at least they get something, but you want more. Give me more. But who will get more? Alex is looking like they're on their road there. It's scary because now it's if something goes wrong, he has 2 picks he can make of other characters. Whereas, as expected, Tactile's walked into this. He's never going to switch, but this works in Alex's favor 100%. In the sandwich he is, and a tasty sandwich it was, but not effectual yet.
No, definitely not. Cross combo activated for Alex. Catches the Ruby, doing some nice damage here. Needs a little bit more to try and just be painful, I guess, because really, without some assist calls, Kanji's damage tickles a little bit. But now, cross combo for Tactile and active switch into the Yumi. Ooh, I feel like that could have been a whole lot more than what it was.
That was super nice, though. Reading out the Snowbird and punishing it. So that's that, Neo having that ability punishes the reversal, even though it caught Yumi, and that should be Kanji going down. Wow, 7.2k for free.
Yeah, now, Neo's comeback potential as a solo in this kind of situation is rough. It really is. I've seen it done, but the amount of work that you have to put in to tear through two characters of a caliber like Ruby and Yumi is just so difficult. Nice tech, good response.
The command grab super, that's it, holding on to it. That was going to be a deciding thing of solo Neo. Oh, and it gets the cross up. Are you kidding me? That was nice. Baits the
that
throw.
That was so nice. What a good position for Alex to be in now. Takes out one character with that great setup from the command grab super. Ruby stuck in the corner.
Building up bar, level 4 resonance. Can we get to 9 meters here? No, okay, the loops don't work quite enough. A lot of damage, but now Astral on deck for Alex. Not going to get it. Okay,
he was fishing for it, though. He really was.
Oh, that connects. Is this enough? There's a lot of meter here. EX doesn't connect. Yeah, Tactile needs a miracle here. Can he find the answer to Neapolitan in this Ruby character matchup? Oh, that's it!
Oh! What a hit! Wow, Alex making Neo look so good and uses her for a solo character comeback to take the set. Well done.
That was incredible. And it's just like, it reaffirms that this Neo pick wasn't just like a gotcha. It was, this is real. My Neo is kind of nice. My Neo is really kind of nice. Like Neo versus Ruby, matchup wise in BBTAG, I would say Ruby for free. But Neo and Alex had another thing for us there and proved me wrong.
Yeah, it was just incredible to see that. I know that Neo does see some play and done by some incredible players, and Alex has definitely put himself on the map as one of those incredible Neo players, just based on the way that not only he used her in that last match, which was honestly incredible, but with the setup potential with this other non-traditional pick in Kanji, and it worked really well against the caliber of player like Tactile, like we're seeing here.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just astounded that Alex made that decision, right? He thought about it and what will work best, and found the answer. This team just really sealed the deal on that, and I can't do anything but give applause to Alex, but also to Tactile getting third place today, having a strong showing. Unfortunately, couldn't keep it up after making it to the upper bracket finals, but still showed their power, and I look forward to seeing what more they do and what more they bring in the following month of April.
Yeah, I think it's going to be... I think people need to be prepared for them, for sure. You've always got to be prepared for Tactile. But now you can see that the bracket is filled. All we need to do is finish out who is the winner of this PS4 Open Series March Finals. Will it be Razzo or will it be Alex? Let's take a look one more time of the difference between these two players.
So tail of the tape shows Razzo's been grinding his butt off with an 86% win rate over 59 matches, whereas you see Alex with over 20 less matches, but it was still a respectable 77%, right? Same amount of losses. It's just, more wins on the side of Razzo. And, has already made more wins because Alex caught up because he had a longer trek through that loser's bracket. So he caught up a little bit from that. But at the very least, Razzo has the armor of the upper bracket around him. He is shielded by the fact that it will take Alex 3 games, if he can win them, before Razzo does, for Razzo to go down to the lower bracket where they will meet eye to eye. So that is the thing that Razzo needs, and Razzo looks like he won that poll.
Yeah, that's interesting to see, especially with Alex being on the tear that they've been on in the previous 2 games. Something that we talked about during the European finals earlier today, and would like to bring that up again now. Razzo, yes, great player, great job. Alex has been playing out of his mind and been playing the past 2 games. Like, they're warm, they're ready to go, they've got decisions made, but mental fatigue also comes in as a factor. So going to stick with the Kanji Neo and Razzo going with the Hakumen Merkava, that both these teams did really well by them. So let's go ahead and get into our grand finals, Alex versus Razzo.
Let's go. Only one of these 2 can be the champion here for the PS4 Open Series, and I'm excited to find out because it's just like super unique. There's not going to be like matching characters at all. Both unique squads, both have the ability to just pick different teams as well. So it's going to be crazy, but let's go.
Yeah, so Razzo pulling that first blood again against the Kanji primarily, but Neo not escaping unscathed. Just jumping around, trying to get something going. Does get some damage in and a cross combo and switches in Neo so that Kanji can get some health back, come in at a little bit of better position. And now Neo is doing a little bit of damage, but a burst from the Merkava saves that from being too damaging.
Okay, caught airborne in the corner here. Alex got a little bit of damage, but has to fight his way out. Here comes Razzo, getting a hit, but not enough. And wow, the tricky stuff with the dive kick side swap into the 6P from Kanji. Some nice damage here into the reset. No, that was so clean. But double dash, leapfrog over and gets the grab.
Yeah, that grab is just rude too. You really have to think about your decisions when you get grabbed by that because it's so long. Neo slides out of there, but Razzo's wise to it, does get a hit on it, calls in the Kanji, and unfortunately is going to take a load of damage for trying to save that Neo.
That was 8K off of one hit into super. The dive is going to do it, and now Neo all by her lonesome. Resonance powered up. The reversal, though, gets a hit. I'm surprised. That reversal's kind of...
Oh, this is a lot of damage, and Alex, like, really, what a command super!
That's so
it
works.
Did.
And that's it for Merkava. Now it's down to this. That's command grab unblockable, but just dash up overhead. GG. I love that from Razzo. Who needs a resonance? I'm going to just hop forward, make you guess the 50-50. Goodness gracious.
Just walked up and said, "Chop!" And that was the end of Neo, but in that second before, that command grab super was insane.
That was insane. That was 100%. The awareness to go for that with enough, like, this super, it looks cool. It leads to a lot of damage. If you whiff it, Neo stands there for like a minute straight. She's just sitting there like, please punish me. Whatever you want to do, whatever you want to charge up, just hit me. And that's like the trade-off. And it's not like it's one of those things of like, you can guarantee you're going to catch your opponent with it. If they up back, that's a wrap. So catching that situation like that perfectly, nuts. But unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on who you're rooting for, Razzo stayed solid, finished the job with that dashing overhead, and here we go into game 2.
Yeah, man, the decision making on both players' part was so good, and I feel like the momentum is swinging in both directions, and in just one game, just keep doing it. Just keep doing the reversal. See if you can grab somebody. Unfortunately, it doesn't work. And now Alex is Neo taking a ton of damage in the corner from the Merkava, and we've seen this from Razzo before. We know he has these, and we know it's going to do a lot of damage. Nice call on the Kanji, though. Saves Neo from a kind of deadly fate there.
Oh, no punish. But that was a nice anti-air there from Razzo and the Merkava. Reversals gonna get punished. Thought there'd be something coming out, but nice bait. Razzo on top of it.
Yeah, just keeping it up in the corner, doing a great job here. Just applying so much pressure, making Alex really work for everything that they get. Cross combo from Alex, switches to Neo, unfortunately loses the kanji and gets caught in Merkava's mix, and Neo's taking a lot of damage here before they could even resonance.
Yeah, that worked out so well for Razzo. Gets the stage up. Here comes solo Neo, but what a call out. It's gonna go down like this, and Razzo's up 2-0. That was so cool. I love that bait of just dashing in with Hakumen. Every time he's up close with Hakumen, it's been a different option. I've seen the overhead, I've seen the grab, I saw just a close, like a stand A come through, and there, with the little hop kick, just to kick Neo in the face, dude, Razzo is cycling through everything, but always choosing the right option.
Yeah, for sure. I like that. Cycling through, but choosing the right option. Now, the question is, does Alex ride or die on the Neo, or go ahead and change? They're thinking.
Possibly. It's something that to consider. The Neo, slightly effectual, but not enough to go past. I mean, these two characters, Hakumen and Merkava, I mean, their range is like 3 times that of both these characters. So that's a big part of it. But either way, looks like this is the ride or die.
Yeah, I mean, I think if I'm Alex, this is working. It's working well. And then, you know, previously, other teams haven't worked as well. So the risk that you run switching the team and then potentially losing on that switch, it doesn't feel great. So sticking with the Neo, I think, is a solid choice. Let's find out what happens in what could be the last game of Grand Finals.
Oh, what happens is the worst case scenario, Hakumen assist being a combo breaker, and then the burst getting punished. No way out here as Neo is just getting torn apart.
Yeah, look at this. She's being ripped to absolute shreds. And
oh wait, not enough. Okay.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
That's
Just
it.
get hit.
Jeez Louise.
Yeah,
All down to kanji. Oh my god, it catches! What the heck? Razzo, you monster! Wanting to end this here and now. Reversal. That's at least something here. But push block, solo kanji. With no range, no punish, but what can he do? How can he get past this?
I honestly don't know. You've got 3 seconds left on your resonance, and it's a level 1 resonance. What are you gonna do? You have to play absolutely out of your mind, and there may not be enough gas left in the tank to drive the cart to victory. Oh no!
That's it! The noodles come out, and your champ, Razzo!
Oh, good job for Razzo, just really taking that to the absolute limit of gameplay. Congrats, Razzo the Sharp. Just doing a fantastic job and showing why they deserve to be the grand champion of this PlayStation 4 Open Series March Tag Tournament.
That was just beautiful. That last game. Just seeing that last game, the speed that Razzo played, getting that first big hit on Neo or on Kanji and converting it into pretty much a dead Neo in such a fashion. It's just Razzo was on top of everything. You see like all these games working out, putting that pressure, keeping that mix-up strong, the safe jumps, the mix-ups, just like that, the kick to the face, oh my goodness.
Yeah, look at that. Just the way that, I mean, this was Alex's hill to climb. And Razzo was just standing at the top, repeatedly throwing rocks at Alex, just going, nope, my hill, you can't be here. And ending it with a Merkava super, just like that. And with that, Razzo's going to be taking first place with that sweet $400 grand prize, followed in second by Alex, and then Tactile Eastside and Zero Shadow Blood.
A super solid top 4 to end the tournament here. It was just a lot of fun, but just like no one was touching Razzo. Razzo was, you know, look at their path here, right? The closest was Zero Shadowblood, breaking that 3-2, but initially, Razo against Malaclack 3-0. Razo against Zero Shadowblood, 3-2. Tactile Eastside versus Razo. Razo wins 3-1, and then a 3-0 in grand finals. Razo, you are ridiculous.
Yeah. Places to be, people to see, BBTAG competitions to win. So, join the fight, compete.playstation.com. So here's some of the things that you can see coming up, not just for TAG, but also for MK11, for Uniclear, and for Soul Calibur 6. I mean, there's a lot of things being offered out here. You don't play TAG? Cool. Join one of these other games. You do play TAG and these other games? Cool. Come play.
Have some fun, compete in the weekly events, and just have a good time. That's always the fun part, and I hope to see you all, in next month's finals. I want to see some awesome players come through. It's just an incredible experience, not just for us, but for the players too, and all the people who are watching. And of course, to Jadelyn, who joined us this month and hopefully had a good time. What are your overall thoughts now that we're wrapping up?
This is a blast, honestly. It's fun to be able to not only see the familiar faces in North America that I've come to know and I've come to work with throughout multiple tournaments, but also get to see the unreal talent that is the European region. Again, if you missed those European finals, please go back and check them out because there was some insane gameplay throughout that entire tournament series. And I just think that the face of BBTAG and the way that we're progressing as far as character development and everything that these players are doing is just showcased to the highest level during this tournament. So shout outs to the PS4 Open Series for giving us a platform to do that and for having both me and Raph here to bring all of this high quality gameplay to you.
I know, right? It's just, time just flies, and it's always good to see BBTAG get some shine. Without offline, events like this really give the platform, like you were mentioning, give us the opportunity to really show you what the BBTAG community is up to and how things are going. So, it's just something that can't take for granted and just make the most out of. So it's just been a lot of fun. And, here's to many more. April's right around the corner. We have some more weeks to do it. And to think how things will play out, I'm excited to see. It's just, it's just a blast. BBTAG is so much fun. I hope you all keep enjoying it and keep playing because there's still plenty to do.
So thank you all for joining us today for the PS4 Open Series BBTAG Monthly Finals. We're going to go ahead and close it up here, but we'll see you next time on the Monthly Finals in April. You guys have a great night.
Take care. Bye-bye. Peace out.
PlayStation